Last night in the first of three, Orioles and the Red Sox early on. Pitchers gone, offense hitting. Both teams had leads. Both teams unable to hold them. Extra innings, Red Sox won it in 11. Now Kevin Gausman, who is 1-2 against Boston this season, will take the mound in Game 2. Trying to play the spoiler role. Get these Red Sox into the L column next. It's the Orioles on Bassett, and we welcome you back to Birdland as the Orioles at home in the final homestand of the year take on the Red Sox in Game 2 as these teams wrap up their season series tonight and tomorrow. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and welcome for the Orioles. It was about the offense in September that wasn't there. Well, it looks as though that may be back. Orioles have scored 14 runs in their last 2 ball games. That after they had scored only 22 in the previous 10 games. Trouble is, last night, Orioles could not hold the Red Sox down. Red Sox still on top, 3 ahead of the Yankees. Their magic number is now 10 for the division title. One of the things that's happened this year around baseball and with the Orioles is holding pitchers for an extra day's rest, or even a couple sometimes. How's it working? We thought we'd take a look tonight. With the extra day's rest for the Orioles' Kevin Gausman, you see the ERA significantly down when he pitches with 5 days rest instead of 4. But you also see the run support down, so that makes a big difference in the record that he has. For Dylan Bundy, hasn't mattered at all. Whether it's 4 days rest or 5 days rest, the ERA stays the same. The difference, of course, is the run support that he gets in those ball games. O's starters overall on 4 days rest, they've got the ERA at 6.04 on 5 days rest. It's a half a game lower. That's significant and worth looking at. But the trouble is, you can't match it up across the board in the league. American League starters on 4 days rest, not much difference at all, whether it's 4 or 5, as far as the ERA and the win percentage is concerned. So what does all of it mean when you're giving all these rests, Jim Palmer? It means right now you don't know.
You really don't. I mean, you know, we saw Dylan Bundy. If you give him an extra day, 6 days, his record is 2-2, but the ERA goes all the way to 286. So it really drops precipitously. I'm a Jim Cott type of guy. I mean, I always said Jim Cott, 16 straight Gold Gloves, something that Brooks Robinson did as a third baseman, 286 wins. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. And we used to always play a lot of golf. And you know what he said? Pitching's about feel and touch. You pitch every 5th or 6th days. I want to know how you have feel and touch. But again, I think that's a product of our times. Agents don't want a guy to go out there, get making a lot of money, pitching every 5th day. Does it really help you? I don't really know. The numbers don't discernibly tell you a whole lot. Again, in this era, it's, Gary, not about winning ball games. It's about trying to figure out how a guy can have a long career, make as much money as he can. Whether that helps you pitch a little bit better, I really don't know. And, we know with Bundy, because, again, he's never done this. Maybe next year he'll pitch better every 5th day because he'll be another year older and whatever. But Gausman's the type of guy, he's been pitching well, as does Pomeranz, who he's going to face tonight. He could throw 120 pitches, 125 pitches every 5th day, and I don't think it would bother him once a bit. Will they let him do that? The answer is no.
And, Jim, so much of this is mental. I mean, a lot of this game is at this point because the quality of talent so high. And in large part, I would think, depends on how a pitcher feels about it.
Well, it does. And if you ask Kevin Gausman, why have you gone 6-3 since the All-Star break with a really low number? He says, I'm making better pitchers. Well, how do you do that? You get out there a little bit more offer, you feel a little bit more comfortable, and you really can repeat your windup. He's done a great job of that lately.
All right, we'll see what happens tonight as the Orioles take on the Red Sox. Good crowd coming in tonight, and it is a reminder of the seasons to come. Little ski cap being given away for fans at the ballpark this evening. On Masson is brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Beautiful day here in the Baltimore area and a gorgeous evening. BGE Home, Baltimore's home team for heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Why would you call anyone else? 81 degrees at game time. Very gentle breeze blowing out towards center. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Red Sox, who have won their 86th game of the year. Bogarts, Benintendi, and Betts, Moreland, Vasquez, and Evers, Travis, Holt, and Bradley Jr. Xander Bogaerts has had a hot bat over the last 9, .314. Look at that 4.42 on base percentage.
And Kevin Gausman, fourth start against the Red Sox. I mean, one was the game where, again, he threw a curveball after Sale had thrown at Manny Machado. After Machado had slid into Pedroia, got actually tossed from the game, only got a loss, giving up 1 run, pitched 1 inning. But again, you know, pitches very well. He's on one of these hot streaks. He's 1/6 of his last 9, and you can see again the numbers are coming down across the board. And again, 27 home runs. Lately, that home run hadn't really been a problem, coming off arguably one of his best starts up in Toronto, where he beat Stroman. And that's kind of what he's going to have to do tonight, Gary, with Drew Pomeranz. He's 7-1 since the All-Star game. We're looking for win number 17. So you've got to pitch one of your better games.
Well, you're looking at Pomeranz with the 5th best ERA going, so figure you're not going to get a lot off him, although the baseball gods oftentimes have something to say about that. We'll see what Kevin does tonight. The 26-year-old will face Bogaerts. Xander Bogaerts with a big home run in the ball game last night, picking it up in the 7th inning, and it would ultimately send the ball game into extra innings. Bogaerts, the .269, 9 home runs now, and 57 RBIs on the season. Bogaerts will take Gausman's delivery for a strike. He's gone 8 for 32 against Kevin Gausman. Kevin has faced most of the Red Sox lineup with a number of at-bats. Bogaerts on the slider away in the outside corner, and that'll be a strike, and it goes to 1-2.
Yeah, the other thing, if you're John Farrell and you manage the Red Sox, I mean, you lead him off, he's hitting close to 300 at 299. So
1-2 outside.
Usually one of those guys, you know, ideal second position hitter because he can hit the ball to right field with the best of them. There is the skipper of the Red Sox. And again, that home run came off Donnie Hart last night to left center.
2-2 delivery off the glove. Knocked down, play made. Ball hit pretty hard, but in the right position to get the glove on it.
Yeah, and again, I mean, Kevin's looking at his glove. I mean, this ball's going into center field. You can see scope on the upper right field. That ball's hit hard enough, and again, you kind of fall off. And you know, are you ready to field your position? Take a look right here, and then the glove up. So again, that ball hit at 108 miles per hour. Seems like.
Stung it.
Even though we did get a little number that the exit velocity is down this year, I don't know. The exit velocity seems like even ground balls are at 104, 105. That one at 108.
Here's Benintendi, and he will take the pitch for a strike. Benintendi did the ultimate damage in the ball game. 2 down, 11th inning, a 2 RBI base hit that would put the Red Sox on top by 2, and that is exactly where they stayed. Benintendi also is carrying a hot bat. He's hit 8 of the last 9, 364 average over the 9 games, and 12 RBIs in those 9 ball games. 0-2 count. Gausman's delivery to him. Benintendi will take the heat. 97 inside, 1-2. Kevin with a 1-2 mark against the Red Sox on the season. He is 4-6 lifetime against Boston. ERA this year against them 3.86. 1-2 delivery, and a tapper foul at the plate, stays at 1-2.
Yeah, there's the splitter, and I mean that's kind of the equalizer for Kevin, even though the slider's been really good as of late. You know, he's made some changes. He's moved from the third base side of the rubber. There's his pitching coach Roger McDowell. He's now, I mean, he's over towards the first base side. You can see way on the left side of the pitching rubber. Shoulders a little bit square. Goodbye. Wow.
That'll miss, and the count will go to 2-2. But Showalter's team, 73 wins, 78 losses, 5.5 games out in the wild card spot, and only the faintest of light with any chance.
I would imagine the only light would be if you won them all.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. Ball will have to be played to first base. Caleb Joseph will do that on the strikeout.
Well, there's the splitter after the, Benintendi takes the knee-high fastball in 98, and then again, as I said, the equalizer. Caleb Joseph, as you look at the numbers, and here's the splitter, the difference. You can see the last 11 games, and of course, his record in 6-3 in those games. So the hard hits are down, the home runs are down, and it just gives him a pitch that, number one, he just saw it, strike people out, and if you do put it in play, usually on the ground.
So he's got 2 down, and that will bring up Mookie Betts. 2 for 6 in the ball game last night. More importantly, picked up the 4 RBIs. Puts that one to center field. Adam Jones has it lined up, and a good inning. Kevin Gausman retires the side. 1, 2, 3. We'll see the Orioles lineup when we come back. Six runs against Boston, against division opponents. They've scored 88 against the Yankees. That's the only team they've scored more against. See if they can keep it going tonight. Orioles lineup brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Beckham, Machado, and Scope. Jones, Mancini, and Trumbo. Davis, Hayes, and Joseph. This season against Boston. Tim Beckham, a Big 10 RBI output.
And Drew Pomeranz, he's going after win number 17. So again, the knuckle curveball. Spin rate, the year of the curveball. Front cover of Sports Illustrated. He's got a good one. He can throw anywhere from 91 to 95. Tall, 6'5". Got him from the Padres, all-star team for the Padres. And then Anderson Espinosa, who they said described as a young Pedro Martinez. And I believe he's had Tommy John surgery since. He went over to San Diego for Pomeranz.
Pomeranz making his 30th start. That will tie a career high for him. And the pitch will be taken for a strike by Tim Beckham. Tim has the 2 for 4 with a home run lifetime off Pomeranz. 28 years old. Pomeranz now lifetime 41 wins and 41 losses. 500 pitcher. Not this year though, with that 16-5 record.
He's been terrific. 7-1 since the All-Star break. ERA under 3 runs a game. 283. He doesn't pitch. He only pitched out of this is his 30th start. There's his pitching coach, Carl Willis. But into the 7th 6 times. So they have a great bullpen. He's taking advantage of it.
0-2 deliveries, going to miss inside. A ball and 2 strikes. Pomeranz has an incredible run going. Over the last 17 games, he has lost 1. He is 10-1-6 in the last 17 ball games pitched. That takes you all the way back into June 11. And the Red Sox have taken advantage of his efforts as they are 20-9 in the starts that he's made this year.
He's kind of a left-handed version of Rick Porcello, who won the Cy Young, 22-4 last year. And
breaking ball again misses.
Porcello got over 7.6 runs. He pitched well, as Pomeranz has. Pomeranz gets, and this is, I'm sure Kevin Gausman's aware of this, he gets 6.83 runs per game, which is number 1 in the American League. So he pitches well, they support him well, and that's how you win a lot of games.
What a difference it has made in their run support last year to this year for him. 3-2 delivery on the way to Beckham, and he will go down swinging. That's something else he does. 167 strikeouts in 159 innings.
Well, this is only 89, but again, you've seen curveballs. Your Mercedes pitch cans will tell you. Not only does he throw at 89, it's right on the outside corner. So again, 1 at 78, 1 at 91. Nice little separation between the hook and the fastball. And it can be, as you mentioned, Gary, very effective.
So he will get Manny Machado. Manny stands in with a 1-for-4 last night. 265, approaching the 100 RBI mark, and he's got a real shot at it. He is 2 for 11. One of the 2 hits a home run off Pomerantz. 1 down, nobody on. Left-hander's delivery will be popped up shallow right center. Holt, second baseman, wants it, called off. Here's Betts, and Betts will put it away. Thank you.
Well, there you see a couple of defenders. Holt at second, Betts in right, Bradley in center. Made a great throw last night. Benintendi in left. Devers active night. Bogarts, Holt, Moreland, and then Christian Vasquez, who DH'd last night behind the plate.
Dustin Pedroia with a foul ball, nasty one that came up, caught him right in the nose. So they're giving him an extra day's rest to make sure that he is all right. I mean, he really took one right off the bat, plate to nose, and had to come out of the ball game. And the pitch will be taken up high. Jonathan Scope. Before I leave that Pomerantz number on the run support, what a difference it makes. His ERA last year was 3.32. His ERA this year is 3.28. I mean, it is virtually the same. But his record this year is 16-5, and his record last year was 11-12. So you add all those runs the Red Sox have gotten for him, and you have about double the output in wins. I mean,
well, I mean, Porcello's 10-17. He's getting a little over 4 runs a game. Last year he got almost 7.5.
That line drive may sink and stay, and it does. It'll be a base hit. Jonathan Scope, 2-out single.
Yeah, so you know, when you have those special years, whether you're Rick Porcello in 2016 when you win the Cy Young at 22-4, or you're Pomerantz, you embrace it. And I always thought run support, as long as you don't let it get to you, and you know you still make your pitches and you still are able to maintain your focus, it's a great luxury. One pitch is usually not going to beat you when they're and again, 6.83 is not, that's an average. So you know, against the Orioles he hasn't gotten that kind of run support, but again, he's pitched well.
2-1 against the Orioles this year. 2-3 lifetime against the Orioles. 2 down, runner on, and here's Adam Jones. Pitchers like to be on this list.
Yeah, so there you go. Tanaka and Pomerantz and Bundy. You know, he got runs late yesterday, didn't pitch well. Carrasco, Straley, and then look at Porcello at the bottom. And he got the most in the MLB last year. Great combination. 22-4.
0-1 the delivery. That'll be up high. Adam picking up a hit in the ball game last night, would score a run on a walk that he also reached on. Adams 3 for 14 lifetime against Pomerantz. Jonathan Scope over there at first. Mitch Moreland, first baseman, holding him on the bag. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Outfield deep. That's the way the Red Sox play it. Jackie Bradley Jr. in center in particular plays a deep center field. Even deeper than Adam Jones, who backed up this year from the shallower center field he used to play.
Well, I think that's kind of how you have to play in this ballpark, because it's tiny and you run out of room. It's a lot easier to come in, also get to the wall to make the kind of plays that, you know, we saw Bradley make. I mean, Alvarez hit a single that he threw him out at second because he plays deep, got to it so quickly.
2-1 delivery on the way. That goes to short. They got a Forrest at second base, and they'll get it there. Bogarts to Holt. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base, no score after 1. yards as Kevin Gausman gets set to go.
Yeah, there's the defense. 87 errors for the Orioles. The Indians with the lowest. The Orioles are 6th. Well, Mancini, Jones, Hayes, Machado, Beckham, Scope, Davis, Caleb Joseph, which you mentioned, Gary, doing the catching tonight.
Long night last night for Wellington Castillo, who caught the full 11 innings, and it was a lot of pitchers and a lot of pitches on both sides. Here is Mitch Moreland. Moreland to lead it off with Vasquez to follow. Moreland trying to get out of a little 0 for he's in right now. 0 for 5 in the ball game last night, and 0 for his last 10.
Well, they give him the bunt. Devers took it last night. Home run guy.
Yep, and, third base wide open.
Yeah, it really is. And home run 5 for 18 off of Kevin Gausman, but it is there. It's so refreshing to see Devers, young third baseman, take advantage of that.
Talking about the Orioles errors, 87 this year. They are 7 above what they finished with last year. They only had 80 errors. Red Sox, of course, even worse. They've now committed 100 errors. They had 76 last year. So both teams' defense is not as good error-wise. Adam Jones, plenty of time. He'll put it away. Moreland out of there on the fly ball. On Friday, the Orioles will kick off Fan Appreciation Weekend. The Rays will be in town, and it's fireworks night. Celebrate the final weekend of the regular season here at the ballpark. Tickets for as low as $15. Get yours at Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. Friday night, fireworks night with the Rays coming in.
Yeah, so now 4 outs already on only 15 pitches. One thing about Kevin Gausman, as good as he's been lately, pitch count over the course of the year over 18, and Pomeranz just a shy of that at 17.9.
Here is Vasquez, who will take the pitch for a strike. He's doing the catching in the ball game tonight. Did the DH role last night. Came away with a couple of hits, double and a single in the ball game. And he and Leone sharing the catching duties on this team. Pitch is taken. Vasquez has not had a hit against Gausman in 10 at bats against him.
Yeah, Leone actually started that 11th inning rally with a leadoff walk, a walk that ended up, even though he got pinch run for, his walk led to one of the 2 runs in that 10-8 win.
0-2 count here. Vasquez goes to first. Davis on the backhand. He'll flip. Gausman covers, and they get the out.
Well, you can see why Vasquez hitting 300 this year because of this approach. I mean, this is about a perfect pitch at about 96 miles per hour. And you can see how Davis is, again, you're playing percentage baseball, but Chris way off the line. And so, again, he's in a good position. Otherwise, that ball's into right field. So a great 2-strike approach, even though the Orioles on a great pitch by Gausman get it out.
Chris making the stop at first. That'll bring up their young third baseman. Devers has hit only .211 against the Orioles on the season. Had a 2 for 5 in the ball game last night and did score a run against Kevin Gausman. He is 0 for 3. Red Sox would like to get this thing wrapped up for a lot of reasons. Obviously, just to get it over with as far as the division title is concerned, but that's not going to come easy. 3 games up. Another reason is to give some people some rest. And the young player we talked about last night, John Farrell's third baseman, Devers is one of those. They'd like to be able to get out of the lineup. Not a lot, just a day here. He's playing in more games he's ever played in before, and they think maybe a little struggle strength-wise going on.
Yeah, again, as you can see, I mean, the little guy with tremendous power, 8 home runs in his first 20 games. Yeah, but their schedule, they closed with Houston, even though it's at home. And
ooh, great pitch. That one dropped off the table. So Kevin Gausman gets the strikeout, retires the first 6 Red Sox that he faces. Contestant of the game, Richard Hash from Nanjamoy, 500 for being selected, 500 more for every Orioles home run hit tonight. Play Home Run Rich's scratch-offs, win up to $50,000 instantly. Learn more at mdlottery.com/home run. Didn't know where Nanjamoy was, so we looked it up.
Where is it?
It's in Charles County. It's surrounded by the Nanjamoy Creek and the Potomac River, and has a very large 382-acre park that overlooks Nanjamoy Creek and a boat ramp to get to the Potomac. The fishing, hiking, outdoor activities, a big deal there around the area. Looks very pretty. Came up with a theme song for them.
Did you?
Nanjamoy, my Nanjamoy.
Really?
Think that'll work?
Yeah, I'm
we
sure.
use that for PR
Tonight it will.
purposes?
It will tonight.
I know it's Maryland, my Maryland. I know that.
Right.
Pitch is taken up high. Well, Pomerantz has already gotten through the inning that he has struggled the most in. He's been one of those first inning pitchers. He's given up 18 earned runs and 6 home runs in the first inning. In this one, he gave up just a single and faced only 4. Ball put high in the air, back to center. Jackie Bradley Jr. goes back there with it, and Mancini is retired. Bring up Mike Trumbo, the DH.
Yeah, and again last year, you know, the amazing thing, the home runs on, obviously you don't hit too many home runs on the ground unless you're playing in Kansas City and can really run. So again, I mean, that was the highest percentage in Major League Baseball. Of course, he led the major leagues. This year that's gone down a little bit as the home runs. And when you had 47 home runs, that, what a year. Home run every 13.04 at bats.
That's up there with the all-time great numbers.
Yeah,
Pitch will be taken outside.
Yeah, I was watching Mark take batting practice, a little toe tap. You know, just trying to, and if you watch his front foot, you know, again, a lot of hitters, you know, they won't move their front foot, or, you know, Mancini. So again, the little toe tap, getting ready, keeping your weight back.
Pitch outside, 2-0. Pomerantz. He is 2 for 10 against Pomerantz.
Yeah, so again, just your weight's back right here. Now you're ready to hit, and nobody, and he works as hard as any of the Oriole hitters trying to get prepared. And
Pomerantz unhappy with the last 2 deliveries that have gotten away from him, not where he wanted it to go.
You know, again, he's a big guy, not much of a windup, kind of. You know, you're going to see Chris Sale tomorrow night, all arms and legs, but this is a very simplistic, almost like pitching from the stretch.
3-0 delivery. It'll be taken. Walked him on 4 straight.
So the toe tap intimidated him.
It did. First walk comes with 1 down. On Saturday, as part of Fan Appreciation Weekend, the Orioles take on the Rays 7:05. All fans 15 and over get the Orioles hooded sweatshirt. This is the final Saturday of the regular season, so don't miss out. Get your tickets at Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. Chris Davis coming up. Davis a 1 for 4 in the ballgame last night. Picked up a run. He's gone 3 for 11 against Pomerantz. And Pomerantz's delivery in there for a strike. There's the shift put on. StatCast powered by AWS. Devers out there in right field. The third baseman. 0-1 count. They leave Bogarts on that left side. Greater range. And Davis will take it for a strike. Pomerantz quickly 0-2 on him.
Yeah, the batting average higher for Drew at 295 versus 236, but only against the lefties, only 3 home runs versus, and a lot more. He bats 15 by the right-handers.
Short lead at first base for Trumbo. 0-2 delivery on the way. Davis takes a big yacker. That one will miss. A lot of movement on it, and a ball and 2 strikes. Orioles piling up the strikeouts along with the rest of baseball. The Orioles had 1,329 strikeouts last year. They are only 37 shy of that number this year. So they'll go over that and have another new mark. Davis takes it, and it's right there. 2 strikeouts for Pomerantz.
Yeah, again, just, you know, sometimes you don't pick the ball up, and right there, 3 fastballs outside part of the plate. Didn't get a read on any of them. So again, that ball, I think he thought that ball, if you watch the way Vasquez brought it back to the plate, probably a little bit off the outside corner, but close enough.
That'll bring Hayes up. It's a nice hand. Austin Hayes is excited. The Oriole fans with his beginnings for the O's. driving in some runs, bases loaded, 2 RBI, base hit the ball game last night, and he's got a 3-game hit streak.
Yeah. 3 multi-hit games. Well, he'll see, and again coming up through A ball and then AA, never played in AAA. He's going to see a big-time major league curveball tonight, and that's what Pomeranz has. Deceptive at 6'5", throws the ball downhill.
0-1 ripped hard to third base, but a good one hop. Devers goes to second, gets the force out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. So through 2, the pitchers in charge. To the historic 125th season of Maryland football, now on sale, start at just $25. Visit Terps125.com or call 1-800-IM-A-TERP to purchase your tickets now. No score in this one as we go to the 3rd inning.
What?
I see those shirts and I have to smile. He's got the Maryland flag on his cap, but more importantly, she's got on the absolutely glorious, magnificent Hawaiian baseball shirt of the Orioles.
She probably didn't know that she was going to sit right behind that guy with the plaid shirt. They clash a little bit.
That's the whole idea.
If that shirt could clash with anything, I'm not sure it can.
That's true, but it stands out. The pitch from Gausman is taken for a strike. Sam Travis getting the start in the DH role tonight. He got 1 at bat last night and went with an 0 for 1. Travis will take the pitch away for a ball. Travis coming off the bench for the Red Sox this season. Limited opportunities here at the end of the year. 26 game, 57 at bats, but you saw that real good 298 average. 1-2 count.
Well, he got to hit off Darren O'Day, and he really battled him. He would end up striking out on a slider 3-2 that started at him, but the ones down and away covered the outside corner.
You'll go after that one. Same place, same result. Strikeout number 3 for Gausman.
Well, I mean, that splitter, when you can throw 95 to 98, you can see the fingers split right there. And then again, the location, you couldn't walk up the home plate and handle it any better to Caleb Joseph than Kevin Gausman is right there. Perfect pitch, slowing away.
Last outing Kevin had against Boston, he went 7 2/3. No runs on 4 hits. It was his second longest outing, and he threw the second most pitches of the year in that ball game against the Red Sox. The Orioles won it by a score of 7-0. Of course, Kevin was in the ball game in Boston back in May, where he got thrown out in the 2nd inning on a hit batter situation. Pitch taken down low by Holt, and the other start he had back on the 23rd of April took the loss, gave up a career high 3 home runs in the ball game against Boston in that start. Holt with a 1-1 that'll go down the line and foul in left field.
Now take a look again in most starts of 6+ scoreless innings against the Red Sox since '54. I guess I lead the parade. Cuellar, who won 139 games in 7 years for the Orioles, and then Kevin Gausman right behind Mike. 9 pitchers, as you can see, tied with 2. Well, and when he's on his game, That's, I guess, the frustrating thing right there is, again, the bad start. You know, again, this year, no shoulder injuries. He took it a little bit easier in spring training, but here's the splitter again. And it's just dancing and diving.
So Kevin's got to work in 3 strikeouts in a row and 4 in the ball game as Holt couldn't reach it. So he will face Bradley. Red Sox in effect have 2 leadoff batters in the lineup. Teams try and do this if they have the personnel. They've got Bogaerts in the leadoff spot and Bradley batting 9th. Both have real outstanding speed. Both can get on base. Both have hit in the leadoff spot for the Red Sox this season. John Farrell moves them around depending on who's hot on any given day. Bogaerts has had the days of late. For Bradley, he's 2 for 15 off Kevin Gausman with 1 home run. Jackie Bradley Jr. fights it off, a ball and a strike.
Well, until you see this Red Sox team, you know, the Twins lead the American League in stolen bases. Texas is 2 and the Red Sox are 3rd. But when you see them not only stealing bases with over 100, but just going from base to base.
That ball will go to left. Trey Mancini's in place. He's got it. Kevin Gausman has gone through the lineup and retired all 9 faced. Orioles will have 9, 1, and 2 coming up. Dealer for huge savings on all new Hyundai vehicles. Visit buyhyundai.com. Curveball.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, McCullers, he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Now he's had you know, back injuries and arm fatigue. Of course, Rich Hill reinvented himself with the curveball. Pomerantz, they got him because he was an all-star team. Zach Godley and then Alex Cobb, who will be a free agent. Orioles will probably see him when the Rays come to town. And of course, he's curveball, also a great split changeup to go with it for Alex. But again, you know, I was looking at the numbers.
Caleb Joseph leads it off, fights it off for a foul ball.
I mean, he's thrown over coming into this game. What, 1,537 fastballs and over 1,000 now, probably 1,050 knuckle curveballs. That's how many he's thrown. He really does use it, and it's very effective.
0-1 delivery. Caleb will take it outside. Caleb having an outstanding bounce back year. RBI wise, average wise, 265. He's in his 85th game. Wellington Castillo has had 89. They have pretty much split it, just as the Red Sox have done with their catchers. And the count goes to 1-2. And Caleb has responded with some good offensive numbers and the usual outstanding job behind the plate.
Yeah, and again, when Kevin Gausman beat Stroman, they got 2 runs in the first inning, unearned runs off of Marcus. Caleb was catching up in Toronto, so
he's become his catcher. I mean, Buck never will say that, but that's the way it's gone. Down to third in the off-speed delivery. Wow. Devers makes the play. That one almost ate him up, but he got it. 1 down. The regular season schedule at Oriole Park comes to a close on Sunday. The Orioles and the Rays at 1:35, and all fans 14 and under get the Oriole Bird bobblehead toothbrush holder presented by by United Concordia. Don't scare me.
That's
what was going on over there. Tickets start as low as $15.
Well, maybe not. Right here. Yeah, it's a toothbrush.
It's very good. That's a toothbrush.
Yeah, that was a toothbrush.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you. Third grade. I'm telling you. You want to ruin somebody's life as an artist?
Yep.
You can't paint. Get out on the playground and don't bother wasting my time. And that was my art teacher in third grade in New York.
We had similar problems in that regard, apparently. Miss Bray was my primary and first grade teacher, and it's the only time I ever got a C through high school was in
art.
Yeah, in art.
Well, we're going to have to talk to Caleb now that Caleb, the resident artist, Caleb Joseph. We're going to have to spend more time with him. I mean, delightful young man.
We're going to get
a rain delay again. He'll be back.
We're not even going to wait for a rain delay. We're going to show his pictures tonight.
Okay, good.
We're going to get Caleb's pictures that he's painted.
Well, I told him, I said, for my stepson, Spencer, who, introduced me a statue, knows everything in the world about trains, and part of his autism is that he loves any trains, loves to talk about them. Train scene. By spring training next year.
Absolutely.
Hopefully he'll still be with the Orioles, so I don't have to go somewhere else to get the painting.
Hopefully I'll still be with the Orioles so I can buy the one I wanted, the California picture. But that'll wait.
Yeah, he's got a busy winter in front of him.
Yes, he does. Yeah. That's pretty good, though. He's doing commissions already, and he hasn't even been painting for a year. Pitch will be taken, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Beckham. 1 down, nobody on. Beckham, a strikeout victim. His first time up. Miss Bray. How did that come up? Maybe my favorite teacher of all time.
Really?
Really. Set the stage for enjoying school. And that was at the beginning. He just checks that ball off right into the Oriole dugout and down the stairs towards the clubhouse.
Well, we talk about it.
That's where it went.
Yeah, so that's usually in what temperature game time was around 80. That's where the air conditioning does come up. So a lot of people, if you're out in the field, you want to cool off a little bit, can be very dangerous. That atom comes flying out there.
Don't know I've ever seen a ball go down that runway before. 2-2 delivery on the way, and the pitch up high from Pomerantz.
Well, again, the good curveball and the fastball out of your hand. And again, that when they did the article in Sports Illustrated, and they were talking, they looked the same. I mean, really. So and then they talk about the spin rate. In other words, how the actual spin of the ball doesn't linger in the same spot.
He comes inside, and he did foul it off.
And McCullers, of course, had probably the highest spin rate. I think it was like 2,800. And you can see that ball going straight down. And it looks on television because it does slow the game down a little bit. And I used to always, when Ron Peronowski, who was a terrific left-hander, that big slow curveball, Mike Cuellar, big slow curveball, until you went up there, the ball might have looked slow, but the spin wasn't.
That's what gets you. And then he gets him the 92-mile-an-hour fastball away that Tim wasn't real sure about.
So the good curveball again out of your hand, you can't distinguish. So that's how good fastball hitter. He takes it pretty much right down the middle because he can't read it. And you're going to see this ball, outside middle of the plate.
Yep.
Now he might have thought it might have been low. A little bigger strike zone today with Mike Molinsky.
That was there
behind the plate, but that's a strike. Even last night.
So 2 down, nobody on. Manny Machado coming up. The starts that Pomerantz had against the Orioles when he went 2-1 were all in the first month of the season. He had 3 starts when they faced Boston so often.
And then he drops a change off to the August American League August Player of the Month with 12 home runs.
Pomerantz got his first win of the year against the Orioles. 1 run, 4 hits, and 6. Faced them a couple of weeks later, went 5 2/3, gave up 2 runs on 5 hits, picked up his 7th straight road win here at Camden Yards, and back in Boston, 3rd game, 2 runs, 5 hits, 5 1/3. He retired 12 straight from the second batter in the first inning all the way to 1 out in the 4th inning. Those are his starts against the Orioles. Yet didn't win them all. He's 2-1.
Well, you can just go down the list. He's been really on one of these rolls, 2 or few earned runs, 12 the last 17 starts. And you couple that with a lot of run support, close to 7 runs a game, up there in the high 6s.
2-ball, 1-strike delivery on the way, and Manny will take that one away. The only way the Orioles were able to beat Pomerantz was by holding the Red Sox to 0. A game that he lost It's a 2-0 ball game.
Well, I think that Kevin Gausman has that on mind tonight. I mean, I used to think when you're pitching against somebody that's really pitching well, you better not have a bad night.
3-ball, 1-strike delivery on the way down to third fair. That'll roll into the corner. Benintendi will give chase. Manny on his way to second base, and he will go in standing up, and Machado's got a 2-out double.
Yeah, I think if you're Drew Pomeranz, you want to throw something other than a fastball. So yeah, there you go. 32nd a double, 175 on the career for Manny Machado. But this is going to be a hanging curveball, and he hits a ground ball right over the bag. But again, 3-1, you can't be perfect with it, and you could see him. Of course, Manny about as quick a bat as there is in baseball. He's all over that hanger.
So in a scoreless ball game, Orioles get an opportunity on their second hit to get a run. First runner they have had down to second base. Lots of chances last night for both teams in that extra inning game. The Orioles went 3 for 13 with runners in scoring position. Jonathan Schoop with 2 down, looking for the RBI. Pomeranz over the top, hits the outside corner. Schoop continues in the top 10. In fact, he is 10th with runners in scoring position in the American League at 341. Third on the Orioles. Adam Jones is 7th in the league. Mancini is 8th. Schoop is 9th.
Yeah, and then 195 with runners in scoring position. So what do the Orioles do so well all year? They hit with runners in scoring position.
0-1 up high. They wanted to check, didn't go.
Yeah, get a nice little notes. 9 hits in the last 59 at bats against Pomeranz with runners in scoring position. And that's what it's going to take with 2 outs for the run here. That's why he's so stingy with the amount of runs he's given up.
Manny out at second base, and a 1-ball 1-strike count. Schoop chasing down Cruz still. RBI lead. Nelson Cruz 110. And for Jonathan Schoop 105. Upton of the Angels closing in on Schoop with 103. And the other, Chris Davis, with 102. They are the 4 players in the American League who have broached the 100 mark plus in RBIs. 2-ball 1-strike count. 2 pitchers who do not wear their emotions on their sleeves in this game. 2-1 delivery on the way, and a breaking ball. That's going to be a base hit into left field. Benintendi will charge. He's going to make the throw to the plate. Throw, tag, got him. Benintendi with the arm.
Yeah, they ran all over him up in Fenway when the Orioles swept him the end of August. So again, he does everything right. Charges the ball hit hard. And again, there's 2 outs. And again, not even close at the plate. Last night, you saw Bradley make a great throw. Tonight it was Benintendi.
Right on the money. That'll end the inning. Couple of hits and no runs. Painting. He's been painting only for a year, and he started by watching the PBS series, which has been on for 30 years, of learning how to paint. These are his paintings by Caleb Joseph. Loves to do the landscape painting. That's the one I've purchased, which has the beautiful brown colors in it, water lake trees. He has a great sense, I think, of perception.
Yeah, it really does. And
those are pretty darn good. Somebody who's painted a year and taught himself by watching the show on TV. Congratulate Caleb for that, and be interesting to see where that goes.
yeah, well, we asked him when he was up there in the rain delay. You really started just with the paints.
Yeah,
I figured you'd do a pencil outline. He said, no.
and I just paint. That's a talent. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Bogart's leading it off. Gosman's retired the first 9 faced. Bogart's one of those, grounding out his first time up. Bogart's, Benintendi, and Betts will be due up for the Red Sox in a scoreless ball game already in the 4th inning. Pitchers, Gosman 4 strikeouts, 3 for Pomerantz. Pitch will be taken inside.
Well, this is where the game turned last night. The Orioles had had a 5-0 lead, and then Caleb Joseph or Dylan Bundy only gave up the bunt hit, and then all of a sudden the bats got a lot better second time through the order. So
strike taken.
But again, Kevin Gosman, tremendous stuff in command so far through the first.
Orioles lost a game in which they had a lead of 5 or more runs for the 5th time. Ground ball will go to Jonathan Scope. Gets himself settled and records the out. 4th inning of Orioles baseball, brought to you by the all-wheel drive RAV4 Toyota. What drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. The Orioles, with their 5 losses, blowing leads of 5 runs or more, are tied with Texas for the most losses in the majors under those circumstances, with a 5 or more run lead. And of course, both teams extra innings. The Orioles are now 12-3, while Boston moved to 14-3. Pitch will be taken by Benintendi, a strikeout victim, his first time up. 19 home runs, 87 RBIs. Outstanding season.
Yeah, where's righties out, and 18 of those home runs. And
that one to shallow center, Adam Jones.
Yeah, great change-up splitter. And that's what you got to do. You're going to get good hitters out, and the Red Sox, even though the home runs are down, they can hit a little bit. You better make good pitches, and that's exactly what he's done tonight so far.
2 away. Oriole fans, when the O's score 5 runs or more, get 50% off regular menu price online orders at papajohns.com with promo code Orioles5. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. 2 away, nobody on. Mookie Betts up. He flied out to center field his first time up. He'll take a pitch for a strike in the outside corner.
Yeah, I think if there's ever a wake-up call for a starting pitcher, it was last night. If you're Kevin Gosman, you watch Dylan Bundy, who was looking for win number 14, and he looked like he was in command, and all of a sudden he wasn't in command.
He's got away.
Yeah, so you pay attention to those things, and as much as you can learn doing what he's doing tonight out on the mound, you're going to learn lots just sitting on the bench and watching how hitters react, and the fact, what did the Red Sox say? Character, tenacity, grit. That's the kind of game they played last night.
0-2, and he got him. So retires the side in order. 5 strikeouts. He has retired the Red Sox in clean innings through the first 4. Ball game is scoreless. And C for the achiever in you. The much maligned Orioles minor league system has gained some positive notes of late. This one on the BaltimoreWire.com, citing the all-star players, post all-star teams, 6 of them for the Orioles. And before the 17 season, Bleacher Report ranked the Orioles farm system 25th out of 30. After the season was completed in the minors, the system ranking moved to 15th. Significant movement.
Yeah, and he goes, Lowther, left-hander. Wells, he actually got the Jim Palmer Award this year. He walked none in his last 47 at bats. So again, DJ Stewart, the former #1 draft choice. Hayes, who's here. Tanner Scott was also in that list. He's out in the Oriole bullpen. Starters, going to have to go get some.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're hard to come by.
Yeah, they are. And you're looking around. As we mentioned, now Alex Cobb's going to be a free agent. Cashner, I think, might have an option, but it's his option with Texas. He's pitched well against the Orioles, so there'll be some guys out there. Again, if you have a lot of pro scouts, you would hope that they would be able to look at the minor leagues, and maybe you'll get a Joe Biagini Rule 5 guy that could actually maybe start a little bit for you.
1 ball, 1 strike count on Adam Jones. Adam in a fielder's choice first time up. He'll go after 1 up high, foul tipped into the mitt. Adam will be followed by Mancini and Trumbo. Both pitchers working quickly and efficiently through the first 3 1/3 of this ball game. The Orioles have 3 hits. Boston has none. Pomeranz 1 and 2. Breaking ball right on top of that one. Bogarts has got it over to Moreland, and Jones is retired. One away in the 4th inning. Let's take a look at the road ahead. Heritage Automotive brings it to us, offering you 20 convenient locations throughout the Baltimore area. Visit them in store or online at heritagedealers.com.
Yeah, again, the Rays are a half a game ahead of the Orioles, and then Toronto now with 80 losses, the Orioles with 78. So still something to play for over the last 2 weeks. Do not want to finish last.
You'd like to get to 500.
Yeah, it's 8-4 now. They have to go 8-3 or something like that to be able to do that.
0-1 the count. Pitch will be taken up high. Trey Mancini.
Well, you were talking about rest, and if you look at the Red Sox, they finished with Toronto, and we know that they certainly are playing probably as well as they played all year long, and then they get Houston, and then you wouldn't think Houston and the Red Sox are going to be, where do you want to start the playoffs? At home or whatever, and then another great curveball. So I'm not really sure either Houston or the Red Sox, the last 4 games will be played up in Fenway. Both of them are going to be positioning for what, home field advantage possibly?
Right now, Cleveland's got the best win percentage. They've got 93. Houston's got 91. Red Sox have 86. Ball in the air to right. It is hit deep. Will it travel back into the well and hauled in? 373. Mookie Betts goes back to get it. Mancini retired.
Yeah, off the bat, and the way the ball is carried in 2017. But then, I don't know, Buck Showalter was talking, and he said in the history of the Red Sox, you got Dwight Evans won 8 Gold Gloves. Has anybody ever played right field better than Betts? And I was trying to look. Dwight was a terrific right fielder, but the toughest place to play in Fenway Park is right field. Not that, it's a piece of cake and left because of the wall, but a lot of territory. Kind of like Camden Yards here, left field. You got to have the best range. Brady Anderson. Johnny Oates was the manager. He put him out in left. He didn't care what he hit off lefties because I wanted good defense in left field.
2 down, nobody on. Trumbo, a 1-0 count. Pomeranz delivers outside. Mark drew the only walk that has been picked up in this ball game.
The toe tap. 6 straight balls. It's also the type of it's also the type of game. You got to race. I don't care how many home runs Trumbo's hit this year. He hit 47 last year. You're in a 0-0 game.
And he has hit home runs against the Red Sox this season. He's had a couple with 6 RBIs, even though none of those have come against Pomeranz. It's the perception, and a correct one, but if you make a mistake, you could put one out of the yard. 2-1 delivery to him, tapped where they weren't. It's a 4-hopper. Holt, nice play. Holt had a long way to go because he was in his shift. So the side is retired in order. First time Pomeranz has set the Orioles down 1-2-3. Holt's almost like an outfielder covering ground right there. Orioles baseball on Masson is brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you, and by Johns Hopkins Orthopedics, serving the community for over 125 years. Gary Thorne and Jim Palmer with you. Great to have you on board as the Orioles trying to bounce back after a tough loss in extra innings, 10-8 last night. Somewhere there's a dad in there. Someday he'll be discovered, but not for the moment. Aha!
Yeah.
There you are. Gausman going to work against Moreland, who flied out to center field his first time up. The shift on against him. Moreland 5 for 19 now against Gausman. He has had one home run against him.
That may be the best pitch he gets to hit. 94 in the middle of the plate, the way he's been pitching. And again, maybe looking in. Now they're going to.
He'll foul it off.
And that one a little inside.
Right where he wanted it.
And see, when you can throw 94, 95, and what'll happen is that when you're a little late on it, that's what sets up the splitter. If you execute your pitch, look at that, 46 pitches. That averaging close over 18. Yeah, so great strike to ball ratio.
0-2 is hit in the air to center. Adam Jones' ball's actually coming back to him. It was like an inside out swing on that one. And there's one away. Vote for your Orioles MVP. You could win a signed Buck Showalter jersey from Security Plus. Text one of the names on the screen to 29292 to vote and be entered to win. Again, text your pick for the Orioles MVP to 29292. Security Plus Federal Credit Union. Buy with pride with the exclusive Maryland flag design debit or credit card. Vasquez grounded out his first time up. Vasquez, 25th multi-hit game of the year. Came last night. He picked up a big double, singled in the 5th and a double in the 8th inning for the Red Sox. He's done well against the Orioles this year. He's hitting .299 overall, and he's hitting, coming into the game, .364 against the Orioles. He will take the pitch for a strike. Gausman on the money. He's throwing it where he wants it to go.
Well, again, moving over on the pitching rubber is just giving him more confidence. Again, he also is. Watch his shoulders. Look how square he is. He used to think maybe early in the year he was going more towards their dugout.
1-1 bends down and away.
It's just easier when you're on that side of the rubber or even in the middle to get low and away to a righty. And that's, again, when you look at the numbers for him, righties with 15 of the 27 home runs at .295, which is a high number, as it was last year. Much better against lefties.
1-2 delivery on the way. Started. Held up on it, but good enough to take a long look at. And Vasquez with a 2-ball 2-strike count.
And for Christian, I mean, he missed all of 2015 with Tommy John, so he's kind of the Sandy Leon of this year, coming back and not only getting to catch more because he's healthy, but also hitting, as you mentioned, right around over 300.
2-ball 2-strike count. He'll go after one that was inside, got jammed. Great location. Beckham. 2 quick outs here in the 5th inning. Discover Venice on Florida's Gulf Coast. Recently recognized as one of the top 2 happiest seaside towns in America by Coastal Living. Plan now at visitsarasota.com. 2 down and nobody on. Devers at the plate. Strikeout victim his first time up. Young third baseman. They'll look at a pitch that's going to be just a little bit low to him. Devers against the Orioles, as we said this year, just around the Mendoza line, a little over the 200 mark. Swing and a miss. Gausman's got him chasing pitches they are not seeing well.
Well, you get the outside strike, and then again he just stays there. It'd be very, very few pitches. You can see this fastball, very few in the middle of the plate tonight. That's 94 with good velocity, good movement, good location, and then he goes up the ladder. Yes.
The 1-ball 2-strike count as he's worked him all over.
Yeah, but again, a nice target, even though he doesn't get it quite in as much. Game to elevate it.
Gausman on all cylinders so far. That'll be down low. Wanted him to go after one. He wouldn't do it. Only 56 pitches thrown. 5 strikeouts, no walks for Kevin, and he's getting the outs in the air and on the ground along with those strikeouts. 2-ball 2-strike count. Into the screen, had one to hit right there, couldn't line it up.
Yeah, but at 97. Well, again, 8 home runs in the first 20 games. Took Chapman, a lefty. He doesn't have them very often. At 102 miles per hour to left center, so he's got power. And he's got opposite field power that plays well, not only at Fenway Park, but in this ballpark.
2-2 delivery, and he gets that one towards right field. That one's going to go off the wall. Will he go for 2? No. And a wise choice. As Hayes gets it in, Hayes has shown he can play that wall in right field, even though he's a September call-up. He doesn't make mistakes out there.
Well, I don't think he didn't come out and work on it with Wayne Kirby, but again, this ball's a seed right off the wall. And again, Devers smart enough. They saw how Austin Hayes could throw. Buck Showalter talking about it today. He got some reports where he gave him, maybe a 5.5 run. 8 is the highest. He is definitely, at least in Buck's mind, a 6. And again, he said, you just watch him throw flat-footed. That's when you can really see.
He's got a great arm. So the first hit, that'll break up the no-hitter. All of the hitters prior to that had been retired. 14 of them.
Well, you saw how quick Devers' bat is when, a little splitter that just stayed up enough, laid on the fastball, right on the splitter. But again, Hayes' play turned it into a single. That's huge.
Yeah, Sam Travers. Travers goes after it. That'll be in the fist and will be fouled away. Travers was a strikeout victim his first time up. There are 2 down. Orioles will play the straight up D on Travers, designated hitter in the ball game tonight.
Yeah,
Ramirez
2 outs.
Still on the bench. Hanley Ramirez pinch hit last night, but not ready to go back.
He came out and hit early, about 2:30 today, and Nunez was also taking ground balls. So
pitch down low.
Eduardo with a knee sprain.
They're as concerned about getting Nunez back as they are about getting Ramirez back. Nunez is a big deal in the infield.
Well, for a guy that wasn't supposed to hit home runs, he only had 4 with the Giants before he was traded here. He's hit home runs. He's done everything you could ask.
1 ball, 2 strike pitch on the way, and got him. So Gausman takes care of business. That's his 6th strikeout. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 1 left on base. Bottom of the 5th, scoreless. In baseball, brought to you by the University of Maryland University College. 73, Davy Johnson playing with Atlanta, his 43rd home run. 42 as a second baseman, tied the Rogers Hornsby record for most home runs by a second baseman. And in 1929, Joe Sewell sets a modern major league record, playing in his 115th consecutive game without striking out. He made a habit of that. He has the all-time mark for the lowest strikeout rate in baseball history, once every 62.6 at bats. There you see the numbers. Joe Sewell inducted into the Hall of Fame in '77 by the Veterans Committee. Launched to center, way back at the wall, up and caught! Jackie Bradley Jr. And he makes it look easy. as he hauls it in on the Chris Davis fly ball.
Well, again, he plays deep. And if you're going to, in a small ballpark, make these kind of plays, number one, you got to be gifted. 101 miles per hour, hit it with one hand, and he is there to make the play because he can play. That ball's certainly probably, what, 2-3 feet. So again, great body control, races himself for the collision, catches it, and a 0-0 game remains 0-0 because of that catch.
Salute from Pomerantz, robbed him of a home run, and that was up and out. So a quick out on a long fly ball. Here is Hayes hit into a fielder's choice. His first time up.
And if you're pitching, you know, you remember where the pitch was, but because of that catch, what it does, it becomes an out.
Yep.
And that's huge in this type of ball game.
Early on in the season, when the Orioles were playing all those games against the Red Sox, we discussed the fact that this outfield of Boston may be as good as any in the game. In Benintendi, Bradley, Betts, they all are outstanding glove people. They have arms, can get the ball in. There's another one, deep again, and that one off the base of the wall. Going into second base, it'll be a double. So 2 long fly balls, and Hayes keeps hitting. He's on with one away.
Well, they wondered if he come to the big leagues, and you know, again, this is a lefty. He's going to hang it. You know, Machado with a double on a hanging curveball. Then he gets full extension here. Bradley not going to catch this one. But after last night, he's going to try to do what he did. The difference is Alvarez tried to stretch a single into a double, but Hayes runs much better, and it's an easy double.
Hayes had 32 doubles this year in the minors. In fact, he had the same number of doubles as he had home runs, 32 of each. So he's on at second, and the Orioles again get a chance to score. Caleb Joseph grounded out his first time up. Orioles are actually 1 for 1 in this situation, but Machado got thrown out at the plate in the third inning by Benintendi. And a swing and a miss by Caleb. 1 out.
And you can see Pomerantz, I mean, you know, he's gone as high as 92. We saw him early in the year. He was 93, 94. But that pitch at 86. But again, because he's 6'5", and you know, Caleb the last time hit it hard, but right at Devers on a curveball. Back of your mind, you're wondering, is it a fastball or curveball, because the good hook and fastball look the same. And that's why sometimes it looks like it's so easy to hit, but it isn't.
Caleb hitting well in these situations this year for the Orioles. 0-1 the count. That's why he's been able to pick up some RBIs. Comes into the ball game 296 with runners in scoring position. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Joseph hitting in the 9 spot. Beckham is the on deck batter. Hayes with the double out there at second base. For Hayes, now since the call up in 10 games, he's picked up 7 hits in 21 at bats. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Pomerantz, a long look back. 1-1 delivery. 89 on that one.
Yeah, but it looks probably like about another 5-6 miles per hour. The height, the fact he throws downhill. For Caleb, I think, I mean, just using the whole field, what a difference. Didn't drive in a run last year. 18 to the pull side, that's left field. 31 up the middle. 16 hits this year to right field. And that's how you drive in runs. Got to put the ball in play in these situations.
Got a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Hayes with outstanding speed off second. Here's the 1-2 delivery on the way, and he'll lay one outside at 91 and gets a strikeout.
Yeah, Gary, it's almost like a slide step. Again, he's so big. I mean, he just comes right to home plate and then makes a perfect pitch right on the outside corner. And Caleb trying to catch up, cover that outside corner, couldn't do it.
So Pomerantz gets his 4th strikeout, and that will bring up Beckham. So Tim, after the 2-out RBI, he has struck out twice in the ball game against Pomerantz, but is 2 for 6 off him lifetime with a home run. Hayes will get an even bigger lead at second as Holt backs off. Pomerantz steps off. Outfield continues to be very deep all the way around. Pomerantz, first pitch is a breaking ball, a miss down low. Take a look at our Coons.com league leaderboard. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons.
Yeah, well, Dozier, again, one of the reasons the Twins have played so well, that's because of him. Trout missed 39 games. He's back. Beckham, and that's with the Orioles. And that's all since August 1st. And then Buxton, he's turned it on. And then Aaron Judge, after slumping for the first month after the All-Star break, he has also gotten red hot. 44 home runs down.
1-0 count with 2 down. Hayes off second. That one is going to be in there for a strike. Hayes getting as far off as he can as soon as Pomerantz steps on the rubber. M&T Bank, understanding what's important.
Yeah, the only outfielder that plays pretty shallow is Betts at right. So even with 2 outs and good speed, it will be a foot race. So any ball hit on the line on one hop to right fielder Betts.
1-1 delivery on the way. Beckham has hit an amazing 10 for 18 with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. 2 of the best in the game here, Benintendi and Beckham, in that situation, represent the Orioles and the Red Sox. 2-1. There you see the outfield depth. You can hardly see Jackie Bradley Jr. Benintendi way back in left, in a little bit. Betts, he's even backed up a little now. 2-ball 1-strike delivery on the way, and again on top of that breaking ball, you just kind of chop it foul.
Oh, it's such a good one. And again, you don't see too many guys that have this kind of curveball. We showed you the numbers. Rich Hill, but how many lefties have that overhead curveball? Now you're going to see great change up, 97, 98 tomorrow from Sale. Hard slider, throw any pitch in any count. So he can overpower you, but again, the overhand curveball. Remember David Wells, 1 over 200 games. The Boomer had one of these, and again, that's why he won over 200 games. He could throw it, controlled it. It's an art.
It's the key, the control of it. Even if you know it's coming, you can't hit it if you can throw it where you want to. And we'll come back with heat up high.
Well, he throws 64% of his knuckle curveballs, and we mentioned coming in, he had thrown over 1,050. And the percentage of strikes with the curveball and the fastball are identical at 64%. So again, as a hitter, they look the same out of your hand. That's what the good curveball and fastball look like, and he controls both of them pretty well.
Beckham now with a 3-2 count, 2 down, scoreless game here in the 5th inning. Hayes will get a big lead once Pomerantz starts to the plate. 3-2 pitch, grounded down to third. And that will end the inning. So he gets the out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. It remains zip zip. This is from MLB Daily Dish. What were the top free agent signings in the American League East? They said Wellington Castillo, the Orioles. Certainly great numbers for him in the 20 home runs, a fine slash line. Logan Morrison with Tampa Bay, best season in 8 years for him. How about Tommy Hunter coming back? Outstanding with Tampa Bay, 2.29 ERA. The others in the American League East, Kendrys Morales with Toronto, big power numbers for him. Mitch Moreland with the Red Sox, streaky hitter but solid, and Aroldis Chapman. 5.57 whip here so far in September. Daily Dish thought they may have been the best of the free agent signings in the East.
Yeah, we'll see Logan Morrison, and he 14 home runs last year, wrist surgery at the end of the year, but they brought him back and he hits 36 home runs.
Great year for him.
And then of course Moreland, you get him, you know that you're going to lose David Ortiz, who retired, Gold Glover for the first time, and he usually hits kind of on that pace. You know, last year 235 with 22 home runs. He's hitting a little higher than that and probably end up in that number.
Brock Holt will go to short right off the handle. Gosman got it in on him. Becca makes the play, and there's one away here in the 6th inning. An annual fan favorite has returned. It's the 18 Orioles Pet Calendar presented by Pet ER. It's on sale now at Orioles.com/pet calendar, at the ballpark, and the official team store in York. Proceeds benefit Barks, the Baltimore Animal Rescue and Care Shelter. Get yours now. Saw some signings. People who bought the calendars prior to the ball game. Some of the players out signing the calendars on their page with their pets. Pitch will be taken away.
Yeah, paw prints and all that.
Absolutely.
Calendars.
Well, it wasn't the players signing. It was the
yeah.
dogs and cats. Bradley flied out to center field his first time up. Frankie Bradley Jr. with a great defensive play of the game, robbing Chris Davis of a home run in that 5th inning.
No, the difference right now would have been 1-0.
Talking about the loss of Ortiz, I went back to look to see how that played out in the DH role, and I was even astounded it's as much as it is. The DH this year for Boston's hitting .236. Ortiz hit .324. This year 24 home runs for the DHs. Last year 44. RBIs this year 65. Last year 145 out of the DH position. Davis goes over into foul territory and does have room, reaches up, puts it away. Bradley is retired.
Yeah, and David Ortiz hit 38 home runs and 127 of them. So right here it just gets an idea of where the stands are, and big glove, first baseman's mitt.
Davis timed it perfectly. Got over there and knew where the
there is a little bit of a breeze, and you know papers are blowing around, so it is gusting, and I'm sure that probably even more so down on the field.
Bogarts will take the pitch for a strike. So when you look at those DH numbers and how they have diminished offensively for the Red Sox, you understand why they now have dropped off in homers from near the top to the bottom and are a singles hitting team. Ground ball up the middle. That'll be a base hit. Kevin tried to get the glove down, just missed it, and Bogarts has got a 2-out single.
Well, he has a way, and again, I don't know if it's a defensive mechanism, but the glove always comes up. Watch him throw the glove up right there, and then he just doesn't catch it. So he has to go from high, and again, I think that's just part of his windup, is where he finishes, where the glove's kind of up, and then, you know, the Bogarts hits the ball hard, even though we saw last night with a home run, doesn't hit a whole lot of home runs, only 9 on the year after 17, but hits the ball sharply. But it does get Benintendi to the plate, and that's what the Red Sox want.
Benintendi has struck out and flied out, 3 for 9 now, lifetime against Kevin Gosman. 2 down, 1 on. Benintendi will take it. We were talking about his big numbers. He's now hitting .397 with 2 outs and men in scoring position this year. He's gone 23 for 58. He did that last night, picking up the RBIs that won the ball game in extra innings. We're with 2 down. Pitch will be taken inside, and he'll get ahead on the count 2-0.
Well, Miguel Castro in the 11th tried to get him out with changeups and didn't get him over. Bounced a couple off, and then again inside middle. That's where the power zone is. And again, he's not a big guy, 5'9", but they're going to go in 2-0.
2-0 delivery will be outside. Missed 3-0. First 3-0 count we've seen from Kevin Gosman.
Well, he missed by about 2 feet. Because I think if you don't get it into Benintendi, it becomes a pitch that he could maybe hit out of here, especially at this ballpark.
So 3-0 count, 2 down. Bogarts held by Davis. A couple of steps on the lead, not a big one. 3-0 pitch, and will be there for a strike. Benintendi taking.
Yeah, again, so we talked about the big strike zone. It gets him back into the count. This ball's off the plate and by a good margin. and Betts is waiting on deck. 4 home runs in his last 10 games, but now all of a sudden you can make a pitch and hopefully get it out and get to the bench.
3 ball, 1 strike count, delivery on the way to him, and that's going to be a ball 4. So there's the first walk surrendered by Gausman. Runners at first and second, 2 outs.
Pretty much where the other one was, but then they're both off the plate. So again, you can see Caleb just trying to frame him a little bit, bring him back towards the plate. But it does get Betts up, who had 4 RBIs last night.
Against Gausman this year, a tremendous 106 opponent average with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. So that's what the Kevin's got right now. Mookie Betts has struck out and he has flied out. Scoreless game. Breaking ball is going to miss outside for ball 1. For Mookie Betts this year, coming in the games here in Baltimore, over the last 2 years, he's averaged .367 with 9 home runs and 23 RBIs in the last 2 seasons here at Camden Yards. 1-0 delivery to him. That is going to be there for a strike. 1-1.
Well, 4 of them last night, and then again, we mentioned last night, 9 home runs total. 3 in 1 game here.
Yep. He's picked up 10 RBIs this season against the Orioles. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Gausman needs only an out to get out of it. He's going to get it. Beckham will go to first. Davis the stretch, and that will retire Betts. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 2 are left on base. A pitcher dominated game. Baseball on Masson is brought to you by M&T Bank, understanding what's important, and by American Standard Heating and Air. Go to MidAtlanticComfort.com for special offers and to find a dealer near you. A little old-fashioned baseball here about pitching, and both of these two, Pomerantz and Gausman, are getting it done. Pomerantz a walk, 4 strikeouts. Gausman 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. And best chance the Red Sox had in the 6th inning. First time they've gotten a runner down to second base. The Orioles getting a runner down there in the 5th inning. Hayes with a 1-out double, couldn't score. Machado had a chance to score from second on a scope single in the 3rd, got thrown out by Benintendi. Davis robbed of a home run in the 5th inning by Bradley. So those are the chances in the game, but goose eggs on the board. Here's Manny Machado. Manny goes after it, fouls that one straight back. These two teams wrapping up this season series. They'll see one another next year in Boston. The first 7 games will be played at Fenway. Early April the first set, and mid-May the second set. Red Sox won't come here till June 11th next season. Breaking ball. Did he go? Check it first. No. This has been a ballpark where the Red Sox have done a lot of damage. They've won 122 and lost 88 since Camden Yards opened up. It is the highest win percentage among American League ball clubs here in this ballpark. Ground ball not hit hard. Devers up, makes the throw, and will record the out. Good play. After Sunday's home game versus the Rays, it will be the final Kids Run the Bases presented by Wise Markets. Watch the kids' big league dreams come true. 4-14. Run the Bases Sunday. For tickets, Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. Machado on the ground ball out, one away. Jonathan Scope, a couple of singles. Aww. One down, nobody on. Breaking ball, or nope.
Yeah, fastball.
In.
Yeah, right on the fist. And well, he's moved it around. You know, again, 89 to 92. Occasional change up, curveball at any time, any count. Former #1 draft choice by the Indians. Actually got traded for Ubaldo Jimenez from Cleveland to Colorado. $2.65 million. Number 5 pick by the Indians back in what, 2010.
1-1 delivery and missed inside.
And then of course went off to the Athletics. And Yonder Alonso was traded up to the Athletics for Drew Pomeranz, made the All-Star team, and next thing you know, he's a Red Sox last year.
2-1 delivery, tailed it away. So he pitched in, and then put one down on the outside, or maybe outside the plate. 2-2. Pomeranz really dominating at bats here, as Gosman is. Outfield plays a little bit to right. Jackie Bradley Jr. over a couple of steps. 2-2 delivery on the way. Another chopper to third base.
Yeah, Devers
up, and he's got him.
Yeah, last night, busy night. Very rangy kid, and he's got a good arm. I mean, he's going to have to learn that. I mean, the game is so much faster. You talk to infielders that when they come to the big leagues, game maybe on television looks slow, but you know, sit in the dugout, go down, actually play the position or sit down in some of the field boxes. Boy, the game is quick. Ball gets on infielders a lot quicker than it does in the minors.
Devers has 4 assists in the ball game, and the last 3 have been his. Beckham grounded out to him in the 5th, and the first 2 here in the 6th have gone to him.
Well, that's the curveball. Dave McNally, Cuellar, Flanagan, even Scotty McGregor. You can wear out your third baseman and shortstops with a good curveball.
2 down, nobody on. Adam Jones takes the pitch up high. Adam a fielder's choice, and he is grounded out. No matter what happens here, the Orioles have already won the season series against the Red Sox this year. They are 10-7 against them. The Orioles have done well. They have won the season series now 5th time in the last 6 years. However, this is the one for the Red Sox that really matters. Trying to hold that 3-game lead on the Yankees. 2-0 delivery.
Wow.
Back.
Yeah, and it looked like he was looking for a curveball. Adam with 26 home runs, 17 of them here at home. Manny leads the pack with 21. You see the knuckle curveball. And this time it stays up, and home run swing, maybe an extra base swing at the least.
28-year-old left-hander. Orioles well against left-handers this year, 26-21. Orioles have the 3rd best win percentage in the American League against southpaws this season. They were .500 against them last year.
How about this? Is the 98th start where the Red Sox have put a lefty out there, which leads the pack.
And that one's going to miss. So the Orioles will get their 2nd walk. Adam Jones with a good at bat. It comes with 2 down.
Yeah, it's almost a pitch around, and Vasquez is going to come out because, you know, Mancini's going to come to the plate. Couple of fly balls, center and right. In fact, I thought he hit the ball pretty well to right. Sometimes maybe a little warmer, that ball might have gotten out of here. Betts ran it down just short of the wall. So 3rd time through the order. You know they know that Mancini, who's worn out the Red Sox, has great power both to the pull side, but especially out over the plate.
Trey has flied to right and flied to center. 2 down, no score. Adam Jones, the runner on at first base. Mancini, 281 off lefties, 297 off righties. Hacks that one down the line and foul.
Yeah, looking in, and that's why I hit it so far foul. There are the numbers we talked about. And a lot of RBIs, a lot of home runs, and for a rookie, that's, of course, I mean, even his overall average came in at 292.
0-1 count on him. Jones short lead at first base. Infield shifted, playing him to pull a little bit. Pitch will be taken up high. Mancini is on the verge of tying his hit streak high this year. He comes in having hit in 8. His longest streak 9. That was back in June. He's gone 11 for 35 during the streak. Kevin Gausman hoping for a run. 1-1 delivery on the way. A breaking ball. He had a double clutch. And it'll be a base hit. On with the infield single is Mancini. 9-game hit streak. More importantly, keeps the inning going.
Yeah, another curveball. Didn't hit it well. Pomeranz kind of lumbers after it. And again, usually you fall off this way. If he catches it, maybe a chance. So, I mean, look at him fall off, and then right there, that's certainly not an easy play, but the minute he doesn't get the ball in the web of his glove, it becomes a base hit.
So another scoring chance for the Orioles. Orioles have had somebody on base in each inning except the 4th. Runners at first and second, Jones and Mancini. Mark Trumbo coming up. He has drawn a walk, grounded out.
Yeah, you saw John Farrell, and the bullpen will get busy. And again, only 6 of the 29 starts into the 7th inning.
Orioles 1 for 3 in these situations tonight. They were 3 for 13 last night. 2 down. Man, that one hits off the plate. Devers will let it go foul, and it does. Knew he had no play at first base and hoped that ball would stay spinning into foul territory.
Yeah, Adam Jones, I mean, if you let this go and it actually goes into fair territory, which it's not going to, Jones is going to score because he's running. A couple of outs. Right here, right there, he goes, I can't catch that, no play, and then they get a fortuitous bounce. Austin Maddox, hard throwing righty.
Orioles trying to get on the board. 0-1 count. Trumbo against the lefties. Good year. 283 against the southpaws this season. Bigger number than he had last year. He hit 173 against lefties. 0-1 count, 2 away. Runners off first and second base. Pomeranz going to pick off. They got him caught. Going to go to third, and they're not going to get him. It'll be a stolen base. Adam Jones had a big lead, and Vasquez thought he could get him, but once he came up to throw, Adam just took off for third base.
Well, he wasn't going to get back to second. You could see him right here. You can see Holt sneak in, and then again Devers not there late. So, and Holt very wisely with 2 outs put it in his pocket. 2 strikes on Mark Trumbo.
Adam Jones will get his second stolen base. 2 for 3. So it gives you a chance, of course, to score. Pomeranz has 6 wild pitches on the year. 0-2 count on Trumbo. There are 2 down.
Yeah, you can see Vasquez, Christian turning around and saying, is the count 0-2? And plate umpire Mike Michelinsky said yes.
Pomeranz with the 0-2 delivery, and Trumbo will take it inside, blocked. Vasquez keeps it out in front. Runner stays at first. Mancini.
And that really makes a big difference, even though it's 2 outs. We've seen, Machado got thrown out at the plate. And again, this outfield, they're so mobile, and they both have good arms. Benintendi made the great play to throw out Manny at the plate. Bradley threw out Alvarez last night for his 5th assist. 13 of them last year for Jackie Bradley Jr. in center field. So just moving up 90 feet makes a big difference.
1-2. Pomeranz to Trumbo, will miss up high. Coming with heat at 90 miles an hour. 2-ball, 2-strike count. So here's the pitch where Drew Pomeranz wants to get the hitter Trumbo.
Yeah, it seems like, when you try to go in on Mark Trumbo, that's when he becomes very quick. And again, you set up your curveball by trying to, throw it off that outside corner and hope that he gets fooled.
Lob toss over.
It's kind of all about, I'm not sure I really want to pitch the trombone right now.
He's got the whole right side of the infield available. Holt has moved way over towards second base.
We did it the last time, Gary, as you mentioned. Holt had to go a long way, but it wasn't hit hard enough on a curveball. If he hits it harder, it probably would get into right field.
Defense counting on Pomeranz pitching to the D, which would be a breaking ball. 2-2 delivery on the way, and high heat. Trumbo retired. That'll be the 5th strikeout. The Orioles no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. No score.
Highlights, Kevin Gausman looking for win number 12. So early on, Benintendi strikes out in the first. Evers goes in the second. Strikeout through the first 5. Holt down and then gets out of trouble in the 6th. So again, 6 strikeouts. They shut out the Red Sox going into the 7th inning. There are the matchups. Geico 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
Great performances so far. 6 solid innings. Pomeranz and Gausman giving up virtually nothing, although the Orioles have by far have had the better chances. Pitch will be taken inside by Moreland. 0 for 2. Couple of fly balls to center. The Red Sox left their first runner in scoring position in the 6th inning. The only runner they've had to second base. They've left only 3. Orioles have had a runner on at least 1 in every inning but the 4th. They've left 2 in scoring position.
Yeah, he was so good in the 5th. You know, Bogart single up the middle. They couldn't get a glove on. Then the only walk to Benintendi, and then Betts hit it hard, but right at Beckham, the shortstop, to get out of the inning.
2-0 delivery on the way. Hard to Davis. Chris will go to the bag and record the out on Moreland. 1 down. 7th inning. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Final matchup between these 2 teams will be coming your way tomorrow. We'll be here to bring it to you, see whether or not it's a rubber match, as the Orioles will send left-hander Wade Miley out 8-13 against the left-hander Chris Sale 16-7. 6:30 O's extra. 7 o'clock for the ball game on Massey. 1 down, nobody on. Pitch will be taken away. Vasquez. He has grounded out twice off Kevin Gausman. Red Sox on the road improved their record last night to 40-36. They've got the 3rd most wins on the road in the American League, and they have played well at home. They are 46-28 at home. So they've eaten teams up. Carson Smith up, eaten them up at home and on the road, playing 4 games above 500. That's what you're after. 1-1 delivery on the way. Had to go down to golf it. Adam Jones coming in. Scope going out. Adam Jones.
Well, yeah, all the division leaders, with the exception, I mean, Houston's 20 games over on the road. Cleveland's 19. Of course, Cleveland's also won 24 of the last 25 games, so it doesn't matter really where they play, the way they're playing at this level.
Yeah, great. I mean, those are great road numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, record 47 and 27 for Houston's phenomenal.
And actually, only 12 games over, 13 games over at home. And of course, Cleveland, they're 15 games at home over. And the Yankees, they're 500 on the road. So again, home field advantage for them. And looks like as a wild card team, if they go in, because they have to win the one game to decide who they're going to play.
Swung on a miss. Minnesota Yankees. They're playing in New York. 1-0 Minnesota. Tight ball game last night. Won by the Yankees 2-1. Similar kind of game being played tonight. There you see those first pitch strikes thrown by each, and that one will be taken inside.
Well, you got to be careful with Devers. I mean, because if you look at what happened the last time, the splitter stayed up, first base hit, a rocket off the wall. Again, just make your pitch. This is where, and they're coming in again.
Devers will go the other way, foul.
But again, the velocity has not slowed at 98. And that's how you get away with the ball in the middle of the plate in the 7th inning. To a good fastball hitter. Yeah, Ray Miller, when he was pitching coach here, said you can always tell who has a good fastball. You get into the fastball counts, you throw the heater, and they still don't quite get to it.
Devers the base hit and a strikeout, and he'll take the pitch inside. Going to turn 21 next month. Yikes. Out of the Dominican Republic, has only played, this is just his 4th professional season, and he's just sparkled in the minors, and here he is doing the job for him at third base. 3-2 pitch to him. Devers will reach. Jonathan Scope has to wait on it. Gets it over to Davis, and another 1-2-3 inning. Gausman continues powerfully strong on the mound. 7th inning stretch time, no score. A dealer for huge savings on all new Hyundai vehicles. Visit buyhyundai.com. Chris Davis leading it off against Pomerantz. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Davis robbed of a home run. Jackie Bradley Jr. took it away from him, going up and over the wall in center field and hauled it in. Closest either team has come to picking up a run on the board in this ball game.
Yeah, again, Pomerantz, he's only pitched more than 6 innings. I mean, he pitched 6 1/3, but 7 innings one time. That was back on May 31st against the White Sox in Chicago.
Davis punches another one, not deep. Benintendi will come in and over, long way over, and Benintendi puts it away. 1 down, bottom of the 7th. MLB.tv every night, every device. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live, plus get a free subscription to At Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. That's going to be it. Tremendous job done by Pomerantz. He gets the first out here in the 7th inning. He's not going to get his 17th win of the year, and the Red Sox will go to the bullpen here in a scoreless ball game. Hayes will be coming up, followed by Caleb Joseph in the bottom of the 7th.
'17th win. He sailing. Pomerantz with 16 wins. Pitch is great. They don't get him runs tonight, which is something they do on a regular basis. Most runs scored per outing of any pitcher in the major league. So he will leave. Can't be the pitcher to record. Carson Smith came in last night, got his first save going all the way back to 2015. Missed all of last year, or most of last year, with Tommy John surgery. Came over from the Seattle Mariners. Came in 11 pitches last night with a 1-2 lead, and they made it hold up. A little different tonight. Tie ball game. Sinker, slider. 93, 94 with sink, and then a slider to go with it.
Bullpen has been outstanding for the Red Sox over the last dozen games. They've allowed only 9 earned runs, 37 hits. That's a 1.39 ERA for the last dozen. And they came on in the ball game last night. 7 Red Sox pitchers held the Orioles scoreless in the final 6 innings. And as Jim said, Smith came on with a perfect 11th to finish it off for the save. So 1 away, nobody on. Austin Hayes at the plate, a double, 4-game hit streak for him. He's also hit into a fielder's choice. Caleb Joseph will be waiting on deck. Oh, 1 delivery to him. Fouled off outside of first base. That'll be out of play.
Yeah, 2 vicious hacks by Hayes, as you mentioned. 32 doubles, 32 home runs. 1 a slider, 1 a fastball.
Hayes with the 0-2. His performance so far at the plate and in the field, earning him some more playing time here through the final week of the year. That'll be taken outside.
Yeah, you would like it in a perfect world. Carson Smith rehab down to AA, Portland, and then AAA, and gave up 10 hits in 9 innings and 6 or 7 runs. So you'd like to Hayes think he's back in AA and A ball. This would be a good matchup, but he hadn't given up a run in the big league since he's been back.
And a swing and a miss. Play's got to be made. Vasquez had to find an angle in foul territory and did.
Yeah, he runs everything out. You know, it's funny. I always like when you get up late in the year, there are a lot of scouts here. You go, well, you know, they're talking about Austin Hayes, and it really does set up an example. Again, I mean, there's a low and away slider. You know, he's out of the baseline. He's supposed to be staying at that 45-foot line, so that's why Vasquez kind of takes, as you mentioned, a little better angle to give him a lane to first base.
You can bet that's what Adam Jones and he were just talking about. He thought he was going to cut down on a good play by Vasquez to go the other way in foul territory.
It's one of those plays, and most runners do, even though, you know, the last 45 feet there's a lane there, but you see a lot of guys running on the grass, and if the ball hits them, unless it's the '69 World Series against the Mets, usually the runner is called out.
Yep.
But again, it's not a play you can challenge because it's this side of first base.
Yep.
I would think that would be, you would have made some kind of change on that, because either you're in the line or you're not, even though most guys do violate that rule. They just want to get to first as quick as they can.
So Caleb Joseph, 2 down, nobody on. He has struck out and grounded out. And a wild swing and a miss, and another one's got to be played. You see Vasquez go way out towards the mound. So Smith comes on, gets the outs. Orioles retired in order. 7 complete. Goose eggs. Staff on hand at the Calvin Rodwell Elementary School here in Baltimore. 4th and 5th graders, part of the Orioles Summer Slugger program. They had to sharpen their math and literacy skills. They do so by using some of the numbers and the history regarding the Orioles, and they put that to work in math and literacy questions that they answer. Also had a Q&A session. Great job today. Staff doing the work with the kids, who obviously loved it.
Yeah, that's rather obvious from the faces.
And what a ball game. Here's Travers. He has struck out twice, goes down the line, and that is going to be out of play. D will be straight up on him. Bottom third of the order. Holt and Bradley were in the 8th inning. Magnificent pitching duel.
He has 7 innings and the leadoff batter out in each one of them for Kevin Gausman.
That one will be pumped the other way again and again. That is going to go foul. In fact, no leadoff batter has reached base in this game on either side.
Well, it's one of the keys, and you know, keep the ball in the ballpark. Both pitchers have done that. Pomeranz, of course, got a little help from Jackie Bradley Jr. You can see slider down and away or splitter down and away. You can see Caleb Joseph pointing to where he wanted the ball to be thrown.
And generally tonight, Gausman's gone right there. DH Travis, 1 ball, 2 strike count. Delivery on the way and came back inside. That'll be foul tipped, and it will stay foul. These teams on the season have used offense to win ball games, as the Orioles have averaged 5.1 runs a game and the Red Sox 4 runs a ball game. this an atypical affair. The Orioles have hit 23 home runs against the Red Sox. Red Sox have had 15 against the Orioles. But tonight, none of that. That'll be a base hit into right field. Went down, got it. Just shot that one through the hole.
Yeah, again, not too many balls in the middle of the plate. 1 and 2, you don't want to have that fastball end up in the middle of the plate, and it did. And we saw Travis last night. He's a line drive hitter. Watch him cover. Again, he's just trying to make contact. Late on the fastball, but it again gets a hittable pitch. And for the first time here in the 8th in a 0-0 game, you do get your leadoff runner on. And
Rajah Davis will come on to run.
A lot of options. You got a guy that can handle the bat, Brock Holt. You got Addison Reed, who came in and pitched very well last night. A day up for the Orioles.
Looking for the bunt. Manny Machado's already moved in 5 steps at third base.
And then a guy
Holt has struck out and grounded out. Davis will hold the bag at first. Holt does not have a sacrifice on the season. Let's see if he tries to lay one down here in a scoreless ball game. Did not move his hands on the bat on the throw over to first on Davis. Speedster, of course, Rajah Davis at first base. Here's the defensive alignment. Davis will move in after holding the bag on the pitch in case there's a bunt driven down towards him.
Yeah, 28 steals on the season.
He is 7th in the American League in steals. Davis at first. Holt at the plate. Manny cheating in even more. There's the square up. Takes it up high for a ball. Holt has not had a hit off Gausman. 0 for 6, including the 0 for 2 he has had in the game tonight. Holt checking down with Butterfield, third base coach. Manny's believing the bunt is on, or at least he's going to take it away from him by staying in. Davis extends the lead a half a step. 1-0 delivery. He does square, dropped it, foul, hit him in the batter's box. 1-1.
Yeah, again, you put the bunt plays on, you got about 3 different variations, and there is the ball coming up. Then as long as you're in the batter's box, it's a foul ball, dead ball.
So now Holt again takes the look. Manny again will stay in close. Rajah Davis
with a little bigger lead.
Yeah, he's added another quarter step to that lead over there. And there's the throw over just to get him back.
Yeah, very quick throw. And again, you can't do the jump throw. You could in the old days. You just turn and fire, and then the accuracy of the throw right to the glove of Chris Davis.
1 ball, 1 strike delivery. Squares up high. The Orioles 0-5-0. The Red Sox 0-3-0. 3 have been left on base by Boston. 6 left on by the Orioles. John Farrell making decisions here. Showalter's already made his defensively. They're going to stay playing bunt till there's 2 strikes. Count 2 ball, 1 strike on Holt. Rajah Davis edging off, not going, squared, takes it inside, and the count goes to 3-1.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. There are times because Kevin Gausman, he's been pitching long enough to know they're going to try to give you an out here. I mean, you never really know 100%. You don't know, even though they're going to stay in. I mean, Manny's still well in at third base, but they're trying to give you an out, and you've now thrown what 3 of the 4 pitches for balls.
3-1. Holt squares again. He drops it, drags it. It'll go foul. Davis will play it in foul territory. So Holt not getting that job done. He will come back with a 3-ball, 2-strike count on him.
Yeah, again, let's see where the bat is, and again, he just kind of jabs at it. You bunt so rarely, and of course you're not bunting off splitters and 95-mile-per-hour fastballs.
So back will come Rajah Davis to first base. Holt had his first multi-RBI game of the season. He wasn't even supposed to play last night, but when Pedroia took that bunt to the nose and had to come out, Holt came on and delivered a double, single, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. 3-2, big pitch right here. Holt will take it and got him on the inside corner. Throw to first. Davis gets back. Gausman gets strikeout number 7.
Well, you get the out, and they don't get to advance the runners because Holt didn't bunt very well. And That fastball comes back. I mean, nicely. Look at the presentation by Caleb Joseph. Two-seamer. Catches the inside corner. Holt not looking there. So after that two-hit night, a little bit of a struggle against Kevin Gausman.
So Jackie Bradley Jr. will stand in. He is flied out, popped out. Is Rajah Davis more likely to go here?
You would think so.
Davis holding him. He doesn't take off, and the pitch will be inside for a ball.
They've run 12 times, only been caught 3 times. And of course, Caleb Joseph, he's thrown out 10 out of 55. Castillo, 22 out of 47. But then again, who you catch it. So those numbers sometimes skewed a little bit about whether you have a pitcher that can hold a runner. And Kevin's done a nice job of making Davis stop.
Pitch will be away. Bradley has hit well here this year at Camden Yards, coming in with a .310 batting average with the 0 for 2 in this one. He's gone 9 for 31, and he's had 2 home runs here this year and 9 RBIs in this ballpark for Jackie Bradley Jr. 2-0 count. Gausman having to work from behind on these hitters. Takes that one. That is there for a strike. Goes to 2-1. Kevin coming off a ball game as far as the innings pitched are concerned, in which he worked 7 against Toronto, a run on 6 hits. 7 2/3. His last longest outing was against Boston on the 20th. His second longest outing of the year, in fact. 2-1 delivery and a ground ball towards second base. 1-2. Rajah Davis started to go, stopped, and never started again. So when he turned to throw to first base, Davis was closer to first than he was to second. And that'll do it here in the inning. The double play, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. See, there's not a runner in sight. Orioles the 5 hits. Red Sox have had only 3. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer with you. And Jim, this is an old-fashioned baseball game. Those are 2 great starts.
Yeah, guys throwing a lot of strikes, confidence in their ability. And it's kind of like I suppose if you're playing trying to win a PGA tournament where you're playing with somebody who's playing well, it's going to bring the level up. And I think both of these guys, Pomeranz on a roll, 7-1 his last 8 decisions, and Kevin Gausman 6 out of his last 9, and 18 runs last night. The Orioles have not scored since they scored 8 runs in the first 5 innings, so they've gone 6 and now 8, 14 runs since they scored a run.
You would think in this kind of a ball game the Orioles would have the advantage. They've got the home run power. The Red Sox do not. That in this kind of game maybe somebody catches one and decides the ball.
Well, but you want to do that without trying to do it, because that usually doesn't work. But you're getting an idea of how good the Red Sox bullpen is. Pomeranz, terrific starting pitching, but they're bullpen number 2. Only Cleveland better. The best, second best pitching in the American League back. And I didn't know this. The 4 of the 5 best, lowest ERAs, as you look at Addison Reed, are in the American League East.
Yep.
Toronto's crawled into it too.
Reed worked last night an inning, charged with 1 hit, 1 strikeout, 1 walk in the inning that he worked. So Smith worked 2/3 of an inning, got 2 strikeouts. Now Reed on. Tim Beckham leading it off. It's now about getting 1 run on the board. However you can do it. 2 strikeouts and a ground ball out for Beckham. Beckham on that slider. The Orioles here in the month of September. The offense has been very tough for the Orioles to find offensive runs here, even though they did explode in last night's game. 8 runs on 11 hits and ended up losing. 0-2 count. Reed's delivery and a swing and a miss. And Beckham just looking out.
Well, he's a big guy and he trusts his stuff. You know, a hard fastball. And when he came in last night, you know, Austin Hayes had actually reached on a single, and then Bogaerts kind of played an infield hit into a double. And Beckham hit the ball to third base. He struck out Scope with a runner at third. And it was an 8-8 ball game, and then got Adam Jones to make it out. So he came in at a clutch time. And again, you know, we talk about all the trades the Yankees made. This is a pretty good trade, you know, going to the Mets. Gary Saraceno, the bench coach, talking to Raja Davis about, you know, again, starting to maybe steal a base and then stopping.
And Manny Machado 0 for 2 against Reed, goes after the first pitch. Orioles in September averaging 3.2 runs a ball game, second lowest. They have the lowest OPS in the month of September. They are 7th in home runs with 22 in the American League for the month. Fouled off. A lot of strikeouts here. They struck out the second highest most in the American League, and their ERA is 12th coming into tonight's game. And that's what's made it a 5-12 September so far. Red Sox are 10-6 this month. 0-2 count. Machado double, got thrown out at the plate. Orioles' 2 closest chances to have a run on the board. When Manny tried to come in on the base hit by Scope, Benedetti threw him out at the plate, and then the steal of the home run off Davis by Jackie Bradley Jr. in the 5th inning. Manny will pop that one up first base, foul territory. Vasquez the catcher. He's got it. 2 down. Hope you'll join us tomorrow. Orioles Red Sox wrap up the 3-game set in the season series. Wade Miley against Chris Sale. Coverage on Masson begins at 6:30. O's Extra presented by Southwest. Game coverage at 7. All the access you need right here on Masson.
Yeah, so Chris Sale is closing in on 300 strikeouts. Boy, that's hard to believe, as good as he's been. You just don't do that anymore. And of course, Wade Miley, shortest outing against the Yankees, gave up 6 in the first. And again, Sale, one of the candidates, along with Corey Kluber, Cy Young Award winner in the American League.
Scope was going for that game-winning home run.
Yeah.
He is 0 for 2 off Reed.
Well, he struck out last night, and with a runner at third and only 1 out, he just kind of threw the ball right by him.
2 of the Orioles' 5 hits. Jonathan Scope's had 2 singles. Asked for the timeout at the plate.
Yeah, it's almost like he's throwing the invisible fastball. I mean, 94, a lot of great finish, big guy. You know, we've seen what Pomerantz was 6'5". He threw the ball downhill. And again, Reed, right? Duck Fister 6'8", pitched last night. Yeah.
And the pitch down away again, and the 1-ball-2-strike count on him.
Yeah, a lot of times you get guys that are kind of crafty, whether they're lefties or righties, that change speeds, but it's just the high hard one. See if you can hit it. And the Orioles last night couldn't do it, and so far tonight.
He has pitched 2 innings against the Orioles. Coming into the game, only 1 hit, no runs. Foul back. The Orioles Scope trying to tee up on it. Kind of grabs the bat. He wanted that one. Thought he had a pitch to drive, but Reed able to keep that one from being barreled up in a 1-ball-2-strike count. Reed has a 1-1 record with 2 saves lifetime against the Orioles. 2 down, bases empty. We're in the 8th inning of a scoreless ball game. 1-2 pitch on the way, and Heaton got him. So Reed comes on, gets a couple of strikeouts. He retires the side in order. 9th inning coming, no score. Well, the Oriole fans hoping to inject a little mojo for the offense. First, though, got to hold down the Red Sox.
Yeah, well, look, how about Kevin Gausman? You know, came in, six or plus scoreless innings against the Red Sox since '54. Moved up, tied Mike Cuellar, 8 innings. I don't know if you get a whole lot better. One runner in scoring position. And Darren O'Day will come in relief. Came in last night, pitched extremely well. He's been on a roll again, getting back to where he has shoulder problems early on. Pretty much, you know, fastball slider. So he faces the top of the order.
Bogaerts will lead it off for the Red Sox. A base hit, 1 for 3 in the game. Day's delivery will miss. For Kevin Gausman, he's had one game against Tampa Bay where he gave up only 2 hits, 7 innings. One other game against Detroit where he gave up 3 hits in 7 innings. And now this one where he surrenders the 3 hits in 8 innings. Great start.
Almost the complete game down in Texas, 8 2/3, and the second time he got, you know, innings or more this year.
Darren O'Day is working in his 7th game this year against the Red Sox. 2 runs, 4 hits, 5 innings. He has walked a couple and struck out 5 this season. Darren faces Boston for the 59th time in his career. 2-1 record and 4 saves. Gausman watches. 1-1 delivery on the way. Bogaerts fights it off.
Yeah, they got to be pleased that Kevin Gausman is out of the game. Because that's how good he was. And that's no disrespect to Darren O'Day.
I think both sides were real happy to see the starters leave.
Exactly. Even again, I mean, you're getting an idea that you know, the Red Sox, number one, they're trying to, you know, one of their mission statements is play in the postseason. They've never won back-to-back divisions. Trying to do that. That was a note that I saw today that I wasn't aware of.
Popped up, scope. He's got it.
Yeah, right on the fist. Easy play for Jonathan.
Bogaerts retired. Bogaerts has never been able to do much against Darren O'Day. He's now 1 for 14. So O'Day gets the first out here in the 9th inning. Benintendi and then Betts. For Benintendi, a walk his last time up. He has struck out and flied out. He's faced Darren just a couple of times and gone 1 for 2. Kimbrel, the closer for Boston, will be coming on. And the Orioles bat in the bottom half of the inning. 1 down. Pitch to Benintendi will just miss him.
Almost gets him. You know, it is 19 home runs. It gives you an idea of how hard it is as you look at this fastball that almost gets him. Probably the back elbow. No, he turned into it. That's the way you turn in it. Protect your wristed hands. But of his 19 home runs, 13 on the road.
Last night, what a difference. Went into the ball game. 9th inning. It was tied at 8-8 as the offenses dominated last night's game. Here we go to the 9th inning and there's no score. And only 3 hits on the board for the Red Sox and 5 for the Orioles. They've not had a hit since the 6th inning. 2-0 count. Benintendi waiting on it. That'll catch the outside corner for a strike.
Just kind of shakes his head. And then a wide outside corner. He gets Darren O'Day back into the count. Yeah, you can't give in. And you know, Darren, as well as anybody in that Oriole bullpen, they know his power down and in. That's where he got the game-hitting base hit into right field last night.
2-1 delivery on the way. Breaking ball again will slide in on that outside corner. Benintendi will look back on it. 2-2.
Yeah, well, he doesn't want it to be a strike because he'd rather be 3-1, and again somewhere around the outside corner.
So O'Day evens the count up on him.
Well, veteran pitcher, young hitter, so his first full year, you'll again see if he'll try to throw something off the corner. Even looks like Caleb's going to move in.
2-2 delivery on the way. Came in and got it. That's going to head to the wall. Hayes racing. Hayes has got to play it on a hop. Benintendi, you can run, will dive in, and he's got a double.
Well, what another again, Austin. You know, I think if I got back in the count with 2 away sliders, I'm not sure I want to throw another one and try to come in. But Benintendi, again, I mean, he's waiting. Look how quick he gets right here. Hittable pitch, smacked into the corner. Check out Hayes right here with his throw. Again.
Boy, he can throw.
Oh, he really can.
That's a quality arm. So one away, a runner in scoring position. Only the second chance Red Sox have had tonight. 0 for 1. Runners in scoring position. Mookie Betts. Fly ball, ground ball, strikeout. 0 for 3. Today's delivery to him. Betts will take it. It'll be in there. Mookie's gone 1 for 9. Lifetime off O'Day.
But he comes in, and again with those 4 RBIs last night, he's now what at 94, 113 last year. Second in the MVP voting to Mike Trout. But he also what 359 coming in with runners in scoring position.
4th best average in the American League in this situation. Check swing and a pitch away. Count will even up. Add a ball and a strike on Betts. So Mookie Betts trying to add to his 10 RBIs he has had against the Orioles this season. Trying to put a run on the board here in the 9th inning. Moreland is the on deck batter. Jonathan Schoop will hold Benintendi as close as he can at second base. 1-1 delivery on the way. Popped him up. Left field. Mancini coming. Trey will put it away. Runner stays at second.
Yeah, Beckett goes out, and I think that, he was hoping that Trey would come in. So again, I mean, skied. So right here, the first thing he does, he looks, and then right there, Trey comes in and makes the catch. And I got it, and he does.
So a big second out for Darren O'Day. Now Moreland, a couple fly ball outs, ground ball out. He's not had a hit in the first 2 games, going 0 for 8. He is 0 for his last 13, and he's hitting under 170 against the Orioles this season. 1 home run, 1 RBI against the Orioles. And now Jonathan Schoop's going to move way in at second base. Try and get Benintendi leaning back the other way. 2 down, shift is on. It'll be up and in.
Yeah, and I think if you're Darren O'Day, who do you want to pitch to? Nothing game, whether it's 0-0, 1-1, 2-2, whatever. You got 2 outs. You have a base open. Vasquez, is hitting about 50 points higher, and also almost 50 points higher with runners in scoring position. So who do you want to pitch to on your terms?
Moreland goes after it and will foul it back on the short swing right there.
Yeah,
1 ball, 1 strike count.
Get the numbers. I mean, 6 RBIs in the last 8 games, but again, they put the shift on, and now Jonathan Schoop will come in a little bit. Again, you can see Moreland, who does hit the ball all over the field. So
they move Schoop over to play D now and let Beckham hold the runner. Playing him more to pull on this count. 1-1 delivery, high heat up, and he couldn't get it. 1-2.
Yeah, usually, Moreland doesn't chase like this, but again, just riding the ball up. He's looking past ball, gets it, and gets a little over aggressive, and Darren O'Day takes advantage of it.
Benintendi off second, 1-2, 2 away. O'Day's delivery. Moreland will take it up high. Wouldn't go after it again. And the count's 2-2. They had a rain delay in New York, so they're still early in their game 4th inning. Minnesota's got a 2-1 lead over the Yankees. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Two pitch, foul back. Machado over, and no play. So the count will stay at 2-2. The dramatics of late inning baseball in a 0-0 ball game. Joseph will go out to talk to O'Day. thrown a lot of pitches to Moreland. Want to be sure now what do you want to use here.
Buck Showalter, Orioles manager, was talking about it. I mean, when you get a veteran out there, it doesn't always turn out that what, but you know, you're paid, and in this case, you know, Darren, you know, he's pitching what, about, when he's healthy, 68 games for about 4 straight years. He has a pretty good idea of what he wants to do. And they try to get on the same page. And you know, again, Benintendi runs so well. Get any kind of base hit, he's going to score. If he's going on contact.
Darren will come again with a 2-2. Pitch on the way. Moreland takes it outside. We go full. So here in the 9th inning, with 2 down, a 3-ball, 2-strike count. Vasquez on deck, but Moreland's the party of interest right now, with Benintendi the leadoff second. Faced today only 3 times, has not had a hit against him.
And you can see all the balls up in the zone. And there are the numbers: 11 strikes, 7 balls here in the 9th.
3-2 delivery to him, and he'll put it up in the air. Adam Jones has it lined up, and that's the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. A base runner left on at second. Orioles will try and win it in the bottom of the 9th. On Masson, brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. And by the University of Maryland Medical System. Be a part of something greater. Gary Thorne and Jim Palmer here at Camden Yards. Heck of a ball game. Question is, can the Orioles find one off the Red Sox closer? 0-0.
Yeah, not easy to do. I mean, he comes in with an ERA of 141, as you could see. You know, keeps the ball in the ballpark. 17 strikeouts per 9 innings. Strikes out about 51% of all the batters he faces. Righties. Again, we were talking today, you ever play wiffle ball? You make the ball do pretty much what it wants. Last night hit 100 on a couple of occasions, as did Joe Kelly. Great breaking ball.
33 of 37 for Kimbrel in saves this season. He's on to try and send this thing into extra innings on consecutive nights. Brad Brock will get ready for the Orioles.
Yeah, has not given up a run in this month. You know, last time he gave up a run was against the Blue Jays, where he gave up a home run, couple of runs on a hit in 1 inning.
He's 4 for 4 in saves against the Orioles this year. Adam Jones will face him. Adam is a fielder's choice, a ground ball out and a walk. Kimbrel against the Orioles in 6 games, 5 2/3 innings, 1 run, 3 hits, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts. So Adam in, bottom of the 9th inning. Jones trying to end it on 1 swing of the bat.
Well, Addison Reed, you know, he threw the invisible fastball, 93-94, a little bit bigger than Craig Kimbrel. Maybe the velocity not quite as high, but same result. In the back of your mind, you got to look for the fastball because he throws that hard. Hope he hangs a breaking ball.
Jones 0 for 3 against him. Will go after the 99 away. 0-2. The Orioles, this is the second time this month they have gone into the 9th inning with the score 0-0. September 1 against Toronto. Jonathan Scope had a walk-off in the 13th inning of the ball game against Toronto. Jones 0-2. Adam will take it down low. It'll be Mancini and then Trumbo due up here in the 9th inning. Reed worked an inning, had 2 strikeouts. Smith out of the bullpen 2/3 of an inning, 2 strikeouts. Pomerantz no runs, 5 hits, 6 1/3. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Kevin Gausman, he gave up nothing on 3 hits over 8. He had 7 strikeouts. 1-2 delivery up, and then he went after it and fouls it back.
Yeah, Kimbrel's, he's worked in 5 of the last 6 games for the Red Sox. And again, a high fastball right there. 12 pitches last night. Strikeout. Actually, a couple of line drives. You don't see that very often. One to left, one to right.
No one currently on the Orioles has hit a home run against him. 1-2. Ooh, caught him on the hand, and that was 98.
Yeah, well, you're just hoping you don't break a finger right there.
He did not swing. This is going to be a hit batter.
Yeah, I don't think they can challenge that, but again, he couldn't stop. Richie Bancells, the Oriole head trainer, out. And again, 98 with a lot of late movement, and you're hoping that. Check this out. Yeah, he did hold up on the swing, and the ball just caught him. And you can see Malinsky, the first base umpire, immediately point to first. So take a look right here. Yeah, got the hand.
4th hit batter by Kimbrel. When you're throwing that hard, that really hurts. Adam, of course, wants to stay in. Now the question is, do you leave him in? You've got a pinch runner on the bench. Gentry, that's what he's there for. Would you dare to take him out and try and win this thing right here and get a speedier runner? Apparently not. We'll leave Adam on at first base.
He stole a base earlier. Yep. Actually got picked off and went to third, and so that's the second one of the year. But Gentry, it's an option. Obviously, he got thrown out last night by a wide margin. So it's not like that Adam can't go from first to third or whatever, even though he's been bothered by ankle and hip and all kinds of leg issues.
It's the first time the Orioles have had the leadoff man on in the game. A hit batter, 9th inning, Adam Jones. Trey Mancini, a base hit, 2 fly ball outs. Trey will take the heater upstairs. Last at bat wins.
Yeah, the Orioles with the most of them.
Mancini has gone 2 for 4 off Kimbrel. Adam careful over there on the lead. 1-0 delivery by Kimbrel. Mancini will chase 98. Not chase it. It was there. Couldn't get it though.
What he was able to do last night, even at 98, 99, and it was just make great pitches down and away. And if you do get a runner in scoring position, you usually don't talk that much about relievers. 065, 3 for 46. If you do get a guy out at second base.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Mancini will take it. It'll be on the outside corner. 98 again, and 1-2.
That's a perfect pitch.
Mancini looking down to third to Bobby Dickerson, just see whether or not someone might be in motion here, which is highly unlikely. Kimbrel strikes out too many, and Adam is not quick of foot.
And Vasquez throws really well.
1-2. Pitch by Kimbrel. Mancini takes it, and a strike called. That one he thought even further away.
Yeah, very rarely have you ever seen him emotionally get involved. And so again, I mean, this is low and away, and it's somewhere around the outside corner. It is your definitive angle. And again, I mean, the edge of the ball probably got the outside corner at 98. Late life, very much like the other one. And then again, how do you catch it if you're Vasquez? present it to the umpire.
So now 1 down. That'll bring up Mark Trumbo. For Trumbo, a 1 for 7 off Kimbrel. 1 away. And that pitch will drop out of the strike zone for a ball. Orioles trying to get this one over with here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Kimbrel wanting a new baseball. Adam over at first, held by Moreland. One 0 the count. Mark Trumbo waiting off the mask.
Pretty good swing there. Didn't foul, so if you're Buck Showalter, I mean, there are your options. You know, Seth Smith, he's played regular this year. Cisco with a single first major league home run. Alvarez, big night last night. And of course, Wellington Castillo has done most of the catching this year. Those are the headliners, so to speak,
of the elongated bench.
Yeah.
1 down, 1 ball, 1 strike count. Mancini. Trey will take it. Mancini, Trumbo, Davis. Get the power hitters here up in the 9th inning. Trumbo last time chased one up and away. You can bet Kimbrel was watching that. Got the strikeout. Whether or not he would go again, Kimbrel might want to find out. 2-1. Came down and in.
At 99 with great movement. You know, can compact wind up. You really can't. I mean, you got to hit off the fastball, but you don't know it's really coming. And then you think you got it tracked, and it just keeps running in at you.
Ready with a 2-2. Count will stay 2 balls 2 strikes. Reliever like Kimbrel, you get your best chance against him if you can get his pitch count up over 20. He's only thrown 14, and rarely does it take him more than 20 to get out of an inning.
Yeah, the average is what, 16.6. Doesn't really get wild very often. 14 walks.
2-2. Jones off first. That ball fouled back again as well.
You see, there's one of the few pitches that you really get a little leverage, because that's a hanging curveball at 88. And then when you miss it, it can be frustrating.
As you know, you may not see another one.
Well, the other thing is, I always thought when you have the kind of arm that he had, and you can make a hitter respect your fastball, and, you know, again, he did that earlier in the count with 99. Boy, that sets up all your pitches.
2-2 count. Left center, not deep. Benintendi was playing on the warning track. He'll be beaten there by Jackie Bradley Jr., who put it away. 2 down. No doubles defense was set up, so you had both Bradley and Benintendi almost on the warning track. Benintendi was way back. Bradley able to get in. 2 away. So Chris Davis, who almost gave the Orioles the run, that might have been enough in this game, will try it again. 5th inning, robbed of a homer by Jackie Bradley Jr. 2 fly ball outs and a strikeout. 1 for 7 in the first 2 games of the series. Chris has had the lone shot off Kimbrel. 1 for 7.
Yeah, center field in Fenway Park.
And the pitch up and away. Shift on. Holt way out and right. Jones back. This might have been a game winner.
Yeah, first pitch, and you know, again, you can see how deep Jackie Bradley Jr. is, and then snares it well over the fence in right center field.
1-0 delivery on the way. Davis gets the count his way, 2-0.
Yeah, right at the knees, thighs, quads. In the 98.
Two-0 pitch to Chris. Another one. He's not trying to walk here. He doesn't want to put that potential winning run down to second base. Hayes waiting on deck.
Well, you got a rookie, or a guy that's hit just about as many home runs as anybody in baseball since 2011. It's not that you want to walk him, because you're right about that, but you want to do it on your terms.
3-0 delivery. 97, 3-1. Chris, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs against Boston this year. 3-1 delivery to him. Davis in the air, center field, way back near the warning track, but this one's in the yard. Bradley will put it away, and we're going to extra innings. Second game in a row. This one will go with no runs on the board. Zero game going to the 10th. How about we talk about leaving the yard in our Major League notebook? The 2000 record for home runs, 5,693. That's going to be broken. 5,677 coming in with 13 days left to break it. Part of the record-breaking season will include a June where there were 101 home runs. That was better than the record for home runs in a single month, which was May of 2000. And Giancarlo Stanton, 18 home runs in August. That tied the most in Major League Baseball in a month. Rudy York, 1937. Part of the home run hitting year. Yeah. Brad Brock.
Came in last night and really pitched well. Using a little two-seam fastball, change-up slider. Some saves early on when Jack Britton was on the DL.
Ball goes to right. Hayes is right there. One pitch, one out. Vasquez is retired.
Yeah, again, another great approach by Vasquez, but right at Hayes, who gets a good read on it. Well, it doesn't take long to realize that what they talked about Austin Hayes is the truth. Does he play hard? Yes. Does he have skills? Yes. Arm. We'll see some power. Yeah, and again, the jumps on the ball as Joe Kelly gets loose. He hit 100 last night.
Joe Kelly in the bullpen. O'Day worked an inning, gave up 1 hit. Brad Brock second out of the bullpen. Pitch taken for a strike. Devers at the plate. That big 290 average, base hit in the ball game. He has also struck out and grounded out. Strike's delivery will be down low. Only 4 left on base, and a couple of those in scoring position by the Red Sox. The Orioles have left 7 on base in the game, and they have left just 2 on in scoring position. 1-1 delivery on the way to the hole. That'll be a base hit. Devers just laying the bat on it, goes to right field for a single.
Yeah, again, that's what good hitters do. And again, if you throw a changeup, which that pitch was, it speeds the bat up. You know, we saw a splitter that stayed up. He whistled it off the right field wall. So again, 195 on the road has gone up. A couple of 2-hit games the last 2 nights.
Dustin Pedroia will be the pinch hitter in a DH spot for Raja Davis. Pedroia out with the nose injury, not starting.
Yeah, we had a number, I mean, going in, and of course it was, you know, slider down and away, fouled it right off the edge of the plate, came up, hit him nose, helmet.
So a runner on with 1 away. Very short lead at first. Pedroia will take the pitch. Here's what happened to Pedroia last night.
Yeah, there's the slider, and he goes out to protect. It's something he does so well, and then right up. Nose, helmet to the ground.
Pedroia's got a 1 for 8 off Brad Brock. He'll take the pitch on the inside corner for a strike. Count goes to 1-1.
Again, I mean, you look at the number, lifetime 301 coming into the year as lifetime batting average. Just trying to get healthy for hopefully the postseason.
1-1 delivery, chopped it, slipped, trying to go. They'll get an easy 2. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. Brad Brock gets it done. The Orioles bottom of the 10th. More even than that. We go to the bottom half of the 10th inning, and now a new pitcher every inning here coming out of the bullpen.
Yeah, again, you know, 2/3 of an inning last night with a base hit. You know, strikeout guy. He's pitched well. Great arm. You know, he throws a curveball, a little cutter. And again, last night hit 100 on the radar gun. You can see righties struggle a little bit, and then the ability, because he's a ground ball pitcher, coming in. I mean, 80 balls on the ground, only 34 in the air.
Kelly ready to go against the Orioles for the 10th time this year. 9 2/3 innings. He's given up 4 runs on 13 hits against the Orioles this year. Lifetime a 2-2 record. And as Jim said, of late he has been really good.
Well, I think it just matches up well. You know, you don't have to be as analytical. You don't have to actually sit there 4 or 5 days between starts. You know, phone rings. Kelly, get up, comes in. You know, he's always been able to. He's never been wild, you know. And I always thought that, you know, 4-pitch pitcher because he had a curveball, slider, and changeup to go with good sinking fastball.
Big swing taken by Hayes on him.
And then there's the slider.
Pedro Alvarez will pinch hit for Caleb Joseph if needed. Hayes has delivered a double. He has struck out. Reached on a fielder's choice. You saw the big extra inning numbers for both of these teams. Kelly with the 0-1 delivery, and Hayes will take up high. There are the matchups manager wise with Buck against John.
John also managed in Toronto.
Red Sox lead the majors with those 14 extra inning wins, 14-3. Foul back by Hayes. They've won each of their last 6 extra inning ball games. They haven't had that many wins in extra innings since 1943. 1 ball, 2 strike count.
Oh, you're getting a taste of big league pitching. You know, good sliders and 99-mile-per-hour fastball. I mean, not everybody throws this way, but
Kelly with a 1-2 pitch on the way, and he'll get him on a strikeout. Foul tip caught.
Yeah, starts you off with a slider, you know, foul off the 99-mile-per-hour fastball, and then he moves it around. And again, great finish. There's that 2-seamer. Look at it run back right to the glove.
Pedro Alvarez will be the pinch hitter. Alvarez, outstanding job in the ball game starting as the DH last night. He ended up with 3 hits, a homer, 2 singles, and he reached on 2 walks. 5 times up and 5 times on for Pedro Alvarez DHing last night. Kelly with 1 down, nobody on. Alvarez has had a home run off him. Seen him a lot. 8 for 19 against him. This was last night.
Yep, Abad hangs a curveball, and right there, that would tie the ball game up. Orioles were down 7-6 at the time, and then he would just miss a home run to left center field.
Big numbers off Kelly. Shift on. 0-1 delivered. Joe Kelly's pitch foul back. Alvarez doesn't get cheated.
No.
Big cuts. And it's 0-2. Kimbrough worked an inning. He had 1 strikeout. Reed an inning, 2 strikeouts. Smith 2/3 of an inning, 2 strikeouts. Orioles have had O'Day out of the pen, 1 hit. Brock 1 hit. 0-2 pitch on the way. Foul.
And you could see again, you know, 99 up and in, and then you try to throw the same pitch, a slider in the same window. And because to hit a ball 99 miles per hour on the inside part of the plate, you can add about another 5 miles per hour because you have to hit it out in front so far. And then again, if you throw a breaking ball and a good one, that gun stayed up a little bit. It's hard to cover both of them. It's one of the new pitching philosophies, especially when you have this kind of arm.
These 2 teams playing their 18th game. They've only had 2 extra inning ball games last night and tonight. 0-2 count. Kelly's delivery to him, and he just took enough off to get him out in front.
Yeah, it looked like a changeup and a good one. So 99-87. Yeah, just turns it over, and you know, again, we've seen so many good quality pitches. Yeah, there's been a lot of velocity thrown tonight, but again, the ability to pitch, not to throw.
Orioles have struck out 12 times in the ball game. Red Sox 7, all of those recorded by Kevin Gausman. 2 down, nobody on. Here is Beckham. Beckham 2 for 3 off Kelly. Goes after the first pitch over the top of it. Beckham has had 3 strikeouts in the game, and he has grounded out. Beckham hitting 183 in September. 4 home runs. And the pitch is down low. 1 ball, 1 strike count. 21,449. The announce 21,449. And most have held on here to see what's going to happen in this ball game, where the pitching has been so good. Delivery by Kelly will be in the outside corner for a strike. 1-2.
Yeah, not only is he throwing 100, it's right on the knees, and it's a 2-seamer down and away. Look where the glove is. That's what I've been talking about. I mean, Gosman, Pomerantz, you know, Smith, Kimbrel, Reed, Brock, O'Day, they've all really pitched well tonight.
2 down, nobody on. 1-2 delivery on the way, and Beckham will chop it off the catcher, Vasquez. He went down, and now we'll get up and try and run it off.
A little slider again, perfect pitch outside corner. Just trying to stay alive right on the top of the knee guard.
Kelly ready again with a 1-2. Beckham takes it down low. Bounce that one off the plate. So a 2-ball 2-strike count from Kelly. Walks in the game have been precious. Kevin Gosman walked 1, and that's the only one the Red Sox have, while Pomerantz walked 2, the only ones the Orioles have.
Yeah, and I think in some of those cases it's almost not that you're wild. You're going in nothing game. I'm going to make my pitch, or maybe I'll pitch around somebody on my terms. But very aggressive by all the pitchers tonight, trusting their stuff. Everybody talks about that term, but these guys have done it tonight.
Two and two. Beckham will foul it off the fist. That one riding in on him. So your 7th pitch of the at bat will be coming on this 2-2 count. Beckham trying to keep the inning going. Got Manny Machado waiting on deck. Kelly trying to put an end to it right here. We are in the bottom half of the 10th inning. Ball game last night went to the 11th when the Red Sox got a couple of runs on the Benintendi game-winning RBI, 2 RBI single. 2-2 pitch from Kelly again. This one again fouled back into the screen. So Beckham hanging tough. Beckham, since joining the Orioles, he's drawn 11 walks, struck out 48 times, 49 times with 3 tonight. He has struck out 156 times on the year coming into this ball game. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3rd time on the 2-2. Off the mask again. Vasquez taking it off the head, off the knee. All in this at bat.
And enjoying it.
Yeah.
Well, it comes out of Puerto Rico, and of course, you know, Ivan Rodriguez into the Hall of Fame. I think it would be hard to come from that country and not idolize him. Part of the deal.
Am I still here?
Well, it's kind of like boxing.
Oh, please.
No, I mean, you know, guys like to get hit, I guess.
I guess.
Why would you do it? Why would you want to catch?
2-2 delivery on the way, and another one foul back.
I'm 101.
Well, this will be at least a 10 pitch at bat. He has fouled off 5 pitches off Joe Kelly.
Yeah, I mean, Kelly's thrown what, 17 pitches and 14 of them for strikes.
2-2, and the battle is won on an off-speed pitch. So Kelly gets the strikeout. He strikes out the side. We go to the 11th inning. 0-0. As Caleb Joseph came out for Alvarez, one of the pinch hitters in the 10th inning. Brad Brock will stay on to do the pitching for the Orioles. Brock's high this year was 2 innings worked. Did that against Toronto on the 1st of September. Now we'll be working in his 2nd inning against the Red Sox with 8, 9, and 1 due up.
Yeah, that was a very efficient 2 innings. Only 26 pitches. So, 17 last night. At the bottom of the lineup, but you never know. I mean, Holt, as you mentioned, came in after the Pedroia injury and hit the first pitch for a double and then a 2-run single last night. A little different story tonight. Didn't get a good read on Kevin Gausman.
Holt starts it out, and a check swing. Did he go? Nope. Foster down at third base. Brock Holt 0 for 3, couple of strikeouts. Bradley, he's 0 for 3. And then Bogarts, top of the order, has had one of the 5 hits, a base hit. 1-0 delivery on the way. Off speed pitch out in front for a swinging strike.
Yeah, we saw Brad Brock. As you look at Matt Barnes, came in and pitched 1 inning last night. Very effective inning. Or throwing righty. But again, throwing a few more 2-seamers, and as those 2 pitches, the change-up, which you just threw Holt, and the 2-seamer, and match up pretty well.
1-1. That one bounces off the plate. Baltimore chop, handled, and safe at first base on a head-first slide. Brock played it himself, waiting for it to come down, and Holt going in head first gets a base hit.
Yeah, and he does. Hey, it's so hard to be able to catch the ball and then find the bag, and then what a play. So again,
Orioles are looking at it.
From that angle, it looks, I don't know if there's enough to change, but he goes, maybe they could slow it down some way. And they're not going to challenge it. What a play. Everybody says it, sometimes it actually slows you down. I'm not sure it did in that case. The only way you could get to the base without running over Brad Brock.
So the 2nd time in the ball game, Red Sox have had a leadoff man on. The other was in the 8th inning. Double play. The Red Sox were out of that inning, sending only 3 to the plate. And Bradley's the one who hit into the double play. Jackie Bradley Jr. at the plate, and he will take the pitch for a strike. Fly ball, pop out, and the double play ground ball. He's looking down to third base. Manny is not way in, but he did come in a couple of steps on the grass. See if Jackie Bradley Jr. might bunt here. Throw over. Good play by Davis to pull that one out of the dirt. Bradley has not sacrificed this year. Bradley 0 for 8 off Brad Brock. Pitch to him. There's another chopper. Scope's going to go to second and will get the lead runner as Beckham plays first base at second on the stretch.
Yeah, we've seen Jonathan go and actually, when they have a shift on and throw over to Manny Machado, who's, kind of playing shortstop in the shift, even if he can't get the force up because, Manny can still catch the ball. But here, this is I'm going to get the lead runner. We're in a 0-0 game. It's the 11th inning. And again, the arm strength unparalleled. Again, trying to find that hole, and there's Jonathan Scope to close it. And you get the lead runner. First out here.
One away. Jackie Bradley Jr. on at first. Here's Bogaerts, base hit. 1 for 4, a couple of hits, 7 at bats in the 2 games, including a home run. And he goes after one that is way up and out of the strike zone. Bogaerts 4 for 10 off Brad Brock, including a home run. Pedroia on the right there, already used as a pinch hitter, so he's out of the ball game. Xander Bogaerts with the infield set at double play depth. 0-1 delivery. He'll foul it off the end of the bat.
Yeah, any chance of maybe John Farrell hitting and running, or at least running and hitting, that goes down the drain when you get quickly ahead of Bogaerts. Handles the bat real well, the ability to hit it into right field.
Oh, 2. Brock a look. Another chopper. This will go to short. Play at first. Diving. Got him at first base. Now John Farrell wants to look at that one.
Yeah, and again, it hands up over the another headlong dive. And again, this is, again, this is a pennant chase. And again, very, very close. I wouldn't. Yep, they're going to challenge it.
So they'll challenge, and I don't know. Probably one of those where there's not enough to overturn it.
Yeah, well, look at the left hand. I think he
actually was by the bag before he touched it.
Again, you're going as hard as you can. It's hard to really stop it. I think the right hand goes by, but the left hand is the one that maybe gets to the bag, and I don't think you're going to see enough to change.
No.
Certainly willing to. Why wouldn't you do it? Yep. You haven't challenged in 11 innings.
Mike Winters, the crew chief, comes over there with the call made by Todd Tishner, the first base umpire. Mike on the right.
You're either going to have a runner at second and first with 1 out, or you're going to have a runner at second with 2 outs. So why not take a chance? Well, the one thing about this Red Sox, nobody will ever accuse this team of not running hard.
He's out there.
Again, no reason to change him. Very, very close because of the hustle.
So there are 2 down. Bradley will go down to second base with 2 away. And here's the guy who won the ball game for the Red Sox last night in extra innings. Benintendi. And it was the 11th inning. He came up with 2 down, picked up a 2 RBI single that would stand up as the game winner. Boston 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position tonight. The 1 for 3 against Brad Brock. 2 down. Benintendi, the pitch will be taken away for a ball.
Well, it's kind of like pick your poison. Both of them are hitting close to 360 with runners in scoring position.
397 with 2 outs for Benintendi. Lyer, the left-hander, getting ready in the bullpen. Benintendi will stand out. Benintendi against the Orioles, 9 RBIs and a .279 average this season. 1-0 delivery in the dirt, blocked. Castillo will hold the runner at second base.
Well, and when he won the game last night, they got ahead with him. They throw a bunch of changeups, and eventually, when the count was 3-2, had to throw him a fastball, moved it on the inside half, and that's when he hit the ball into right field.
Came up with the bases loaded, 2 down.
And of course, you got a guy with 4 RBIs
Castro charged with the couple of runs, would be the loser.
Walked the bases loaded, then gave up the single to Andrew Benintendi.
2-0 count, runner off second base. Benintendi, that's a floater away, and the count goes 3-0 with Betts on deck.
Yeah, but 4 RBIs last night. So again, it's really not much of a choice here. It doesn't get a whole lot easier if Mookie gets to the plate.
3-0.
You can't assume he's not swinging here.
That's way down low, nothing close. So just the second walk surrendered by the 3 Oriole pitchers. Will put runners on at first and second base with 2 down for Mookie Betts.
That's what I was talking about. That's not wildness. That's deciding who you want to pitch to. And again, it's not a bargain because of how good Betts is.
Betts is 1 for 6 off Brad Brock with a home run. In a ballpark over the years, Mookie has hit very well in. Over a 300 average, 10 home runs here at Camden Yards.
Well, 0 for 2 tonight with runners in scoring position after 4 RBIs last night.
He'll take the pitch outside for a ball. A strikeout, a ground ball out, 2 fly ball outs for Mookie Betts tonight. 1-0, 2 down. We're in the 11th. Neither team able to put up a run. Runners off first and second for Boston. 1-0 delivery. Taken. Strike at the knee.
No. Call it a ball. Yep.
Ball 2.
Oh. Yeah, that hand comes up. Well, Mike Machinsky, but again, sometimes he doesn't go all the way up. That second pitch very, very close. And again, Betts about as good a fastball hitter as there is.
2-0 delivery on the way by Brock. That's a strike. Yankees lead Minnesota 4-2. They're midway through their ball game in New York after a rain delay. Red Sox leading Yankees by 3 for the division title. Magic number is 10 to win the division for Boston. 2 ball, 1 strike count. That's way outside. Brock a little overthrow on that one, and it goes to 3-1 now on Betts with Moreland on deck. And 22 pitches thrown by Brad Brock, and this is second inning of relief work. Blyer's ready if they go to Moreland in an at-bat, and they will. Yeah. So that loads them up.
Yeah, I think if you're Buck Showalter, he may be asking if he's ready, but again, unless you think Brock's thrown too many pitches in the last 2 nights, Roger McDowell comes out. Brock matches up better. Lower batting average by lefties. Lefties only hit 190.
Moreland 1 for 7 off Brad.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you go and say, how do you feel? And he says, well, I don't feel too good. You can't take him out. Well, I suppose you could.
Yacobonis just starting to throw in the bullpen. So a long delay to get Yacobonis up.
So unless he's hurt, and it's going to be what are we trying to do, strategy-wise.
Two down, bases loaded. Bradley reached fielder's choice. Walk to Benintendi. Walk to Betts. Moreland's 0 for 4. 0 for his last 14. 0 for 9 in these 2 games. There are 2 down. Brock only needs 1 to get out of it. He steps off. Moreland steps out. Pitch to him. Way inside. Ball gets away and a run's going to score. How about that? The first run of the ball game scores on a wild pitch by Brad Brock. And for Brock, the fourth he has thrown this year. And the walks created the opportunity.
Well, last night it was a three base walks, and right here, I mean, not even close. Ball kicks up. Bradley Jr. is going to score easily. You can see Myslinski, the home plate umpire, trying to get in the way to get a call, and almost gets run over. So 3 walks last night and a base hit, and 2 walks now and a wild pitch in this inning.
And it will move the other 2 runners up with a 1-0 count on Moreland. Castillo tried to hold that in front of him. That ball had real bounce on it. 1-0 delivery on the way, and that will come inside. So the Red Sox have scored a run on 1 hit, 2 walks, and a fielder's choice here in the 11th inning to get the first run of the night. Barnes is back up in the bullpen. He came on in the ball game and got his 7th win last night. Brock with a 2-0. Little chopper. Castillo says, I got it. He does. And that will do it. Will a wild pitch be the deciding run in this game? 1 run, 1 hit, 2 left, bottom of the 11th. Seventh inning. The only run on the board comes on a wild pitch, and we'll see if it'll stand up.
Yeah, Matt Barnes comes on. The Orioles saw him last night. What an inning. Gave up a hit, a strikeout. Took out Austin Hayes on a big curveball, fastball, curveball, slider, mid-90s. You know, this year, back problems, kept on the DL in July. The suspension after throwing at Manny Machado back in April. Bereavement early on, but again, power pitcher. Came up through the minor leagues as a starter. Again, when healthy, and appears certainly threw the ball well last night. Another great arm out of this bullpen.
Kelly worked an inning and struck the side out. A chance to be the winning pitcher. Joe Kelly for Barnes against the Orioles this year. 6th game, 1 run, 5 hits, 6 innings. He has that 1-0 record against the Orioles, 1-1 lifetime. And the Orioles will have the middle of the order. They get Manny Machado, Jonathan Scope, Adam Jones due up against him here in the bottom of the 11th inning. The Orioles have had 1 base runner on since the 6th inning, and that was the leadoff hit by a pitch in the 9th to Adam Jones. Couldn't move him up. Orioles have left 7 on in the game. So Machado on, and the fans hoping with 1 swing of the bat. 2 for 11 off Barnes. Barnes with a high set, the delivery, and Machado will take the pitch down low for a ball.
Yeah, really, as we mentioned, again, the big overhand curveball to go with 95. But after Kelly hit 101, Kimbrough hit 99. What a bunch of power guys out of the Red Sox bullpen.
1-0 pitch is popped up first base side. Moreland with room. 1-0.
And again, the ability again to get the ball out of the middle of the plate. It's been one of those nights of the good pitching. Most of the guys have stayed out of the middle of the plate with great stuff and great command, and that's why you've only seen one run in 11 innings.
One down. Barnes going for his second win in as many nights. Scopes had 2 singles, 2 for 4 in the ball game. He has rattled Barnes 5 for 10. Brock hoping the Orioles can pick him up here in the 11th inning. 1-6-0 for the Red Sox, 0-5-0 for the Orioles. Hit hard, foul back. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Jonathan. Adam Jones on deck. One ball, 1 strike count. Outfield back very deep. Schoop will take the pitch up and away. Last time the Orioles scored a run was in the 5th inning of the ball game last night, what Jim was talking about. They ended up going 6 innings there without a run. They've gone so far 10 innings here, 10 1/3. 2-1. Barnes delivers to Schoop. Took something off it, broke it in. 2-2.
Yeah, again, scouting reports, every team gets them, but can you execute them? And the Red Sox right there, Jonathan Schoop, good fastball hitter. If you can get him out with breaking balls, even though, if you hang one, he becomes a very good hitter, but he drops off not a curveball, but also a good one. The game started with Pomerantz throwing sky hooks.
2-2 delivery on the way. Schoop will pop it up. Second base or first. Who wants it? Holt. 2 down. So the Orioles down to 1 out to work with, and that'll be Adam Jones, their last base runner. Hit by a pitch in the 9th inning and was stranded. Orioles last hit, Trey Mancini, base hit that came in the 6th inning.
Yeah, this is a month of all the games that the Orioles are played. It will be against the top 7 pitching teams in the American League. So no vacations. Even Toronto has crept up there after leading the American League in ERA last year and having all those injuries.
Adam with 2 down, nobody on. Pitch will miss outside for a ball. Adam is 1 for 8. Lifetime off Barnes. Red Sox trying to win their 15th extra inning game. Leading the majors already. 1-0 delivery on the way. Jones on a big swinging cut. 1-1.
Well, the bullpen is so good. Only Cleveland better. It is hard when you get into extra innings to score runs.
Brad Brock looking out. The run scored. Bradley on that wild pitch.
Yeah, he got a little bit unlucky. Made a good pitch to Holt. Got the Baltimore chop to start it off, and that ended up being the winning run.
And that one taken by Adam will miss. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Barnes trying to pick up his 8th win. If he can get this, he'll be 8-3 on the year. Brad Brock would go 4-5 if the Red Sox can hold on to this lead.
Yeah, well, Bonds, who came, they came through their minor league as a starter, and then they put him in the bullpen, and he's been very good when healthy.
2-1 pitch on the way. Adam will take it. 3-1. Trey Mancini hoping for a shot on deck. Robbie Scott in the bullpen. He just started throwing. Boyer's ready. 3 ball, 1 strikeout on Adam. Barnes delivery to him, breaks it in there. Wow, 80 on a breaking ball.
Well, if he'll do that 3-1, what are you going to do 3-2? And I mean, that just changes the whole at bat. You pitch backwards, and not only, again, it's a quality, I mean quality curveball. You could have looked for it, not hit that pitch. That's how good it was.
Here's the 3-2 delivery down to third and foul.
And
a little bit in front.
You can see Vasquez, Rick Dempsey did a lot, giving you that fist. Make a good pitch. He did, but Adam ruined it.
Took 7 pitchers last night, 7 pitchers combining to hold the Orioles scoreless in the final 6 innings. Here they have used 5. 3-2 pitch, pop back out of play, and obviously those 5 have held the Orioles scoreless because there's nothing on the board. Pomerantz gave him the great start. No runs, 5 hits, 6 in the 3rd. Smith, Reed, Kimball, Kelly, and now Barnes kept the pace.
Yeah, John Farrell making a very quick decision. Pitch count got closing in on 100. Great bullpen. You go to it. It's the way it's going to be in the playoffs.
3-2 deliveries coming again. Adam trying to keep it going. Jones down to third base. And a low throw, and it's going to get away. Devers throw rebounds off the stands. Adam Jones goes to second base. The rookie third baseman a little too nonchalant. And the Orioles will keep this ball game alive on a throwing error.
Yeah, that's what now errors in 5 consecutive games for Devers. And again, he had so much time. And again, does everything right except bounces it. I mean, good balance, good crow hop. Gold Glover Moreland last year. Gets the glove down on the ground, stays below the hop, and then just kind of aims it a little bit. And Moreland can't catch it. And not only can he catch it, you get the potential tie and run at second.
101 errors committed by the Red Sox this year. The young third baseman gets a pat on the backside from Bogart saying, hang in, let's go. One more out needed. May come back to you again. So here's Trey Mancini. He's had a base hit. 1 for 4. First error we've had in the game. Keeps the door open for the Orioles. Barnes now will try and pick up his young third baseman. Mancini waiting on it. Pitch will be in the outside corner.
And he's telling him, nope. You already got me early on, and of course that was Kimball throwing 99. We've seen Trey have a pretty good idea of the strike zone. I'm not sure again he's in sync with the strike zone tonight. If they're looking for an out, he's looking for a hit.
0-1 delivery is a comebacker. Bobbled, Barnes, and that's the ball game. So the Orioles will lose the extra inning game. Red Sox take 2 extra inning affairs, 10-8 last night, and 1-0 with the only run scoring on a wild pitch. And Barnes has got a couple of wins and as many nights for Brad Brock. A very tough night to take the loss. So this one's going to be wrapped up tomorrow. 3-game set. Wade Miley will go against Chris Sale. Our coverage on Masson begins at 6:30 with those extra presented by Southwest. Our game coverage will be at 7. Tom and Rick standing by. Just a great pitching duel here. Ends in an unusual way. And the Red Sox win it by a score of 1-0. For Jim Palmer and all of our crew, I'm Gary Thorne. Thanks, everybody. Adieu.